Working with a Soviet strength trainer or something?
He said that he's worked with Soviet routine, and he feels so much stronger than last year, and that's probably the last thing that any offensive lineman needs to know about Bruce Smith is that he's stronger.
Bills have had command of this series. As you see, they've won the last 6 meetings with the New York Jets, including that 30-7 victory at Giant Stadium a month ago. Jets will receive to start the game. Mathis and Odegaard are back. 2 of the fastest Jets, both first-year players. Don Odegaard and Terrence Mathis, a high-spinning kick. This is Terrence Mathis at the 11, loses the handle, and he has a major problem inside his 20, but does well to get to the 21-yard line. Baldinger down to make the special teams tackle for the Buffalo Bills. So now the Jets go on offense. You see the offensive blocking unit. It needs to be improved. Criswell, Haight, Sweeney, Matich, and Miller. They gave up a lot of sacks. Ken O'Brien took a pounding last week against the huge Charger pass rush. McNeil and Baxter are starting runners. Mathis will come in as an extra receiver to join Toon and Rob Moore. Mark Boyer starts at tight end. First down, Jets. Right up top goes Ken O'Brien. Open man, but he can't get the ball to his tight end, Mark Boyer, Plan B free agent who was with the Colts last. Conlon was defending as we check the Buffalo defense, the key to this team. The All-Pro, Bruce Smith. He'll be all over the field, starts at right end. Wright and Seals are playing well. Maybe the best linebacking unit in the NFL. Cornelius Bennett having a sensational year. Conlon, Bentley, and Talley. Darryl Talley, the leading tackler. In pass down, the nickel situation looks with Chris Hale coming in along with top draft choice James Williams. Clear and sunny. Perfect weather as the Jets go to the run on 2nd and 10 and get a little bit. Leon Seals, Dr. Sack, he calls himself. Number 96 was the first to make the play at left end.
Ray Bentley, number 50, had a chance to stop that play before it got going. And one of the things the Jets were worried about coming into this game was to try to get 2 good positive plays on 1st and 2nd down. They get in a situation like this now, you really got to worry about Bruce Smith and company because they will be coming hard trying to put pressure on the quarterback.
And Ken O'Brien, who was really knocked around last week. In fact, his coach, Bruce Coslett, took him out saying it just wasn't fair to let him get beat up anymore when the game was out of hand. Drops to throw on 3rd down. A hard throw and a connection for a first down to the rookie from Syracuse, Rob Moore, his 21st reception. He leads the Jets. 15 yards in a first down amount.
Just a little slant pattern. You see Ken O'Brien getting rid of that ball early, a rhythm pattern, and Rob Moore, this is the pass that you got to catch to show that you belong in this league. Because you know you're going to get hit, you just got to make the catch, and Rob Moore comes up with it. A big, strong, fast receiver that everybody thinks that he is going to be a Pro Bowl player in his career.
He's starting off like one. Leads the Jets in receptions, and that 3rd down catch gives the Jets 4 new downs. As O'Brien looks again and guns hard. No flag. The tip hit was timed perfectly as Ray Bentley, number 50, put the pop on Mark Boyer. So the Jets will go 2nd and 10. Excuse me, Mott.
Ray Bentley there on the coverage, and excellent coverage there. But you see the Jets coming out. I thought they were going to come out and try to establish the run, but they're coming out trying to throw those real quick pass routes that really frustrates a defensive line because you can't put pressure on a quarterback if the ball's gone in 3 steps.
Coach Marv Levy of the Bills said at practice Friday, Ahmad, the team that stops the run is going to win this game. Jets coming out pitching. Now they go to the run, and here's the rookie from Penn State, Blair Thomas, who's averaging 4.9 a rush on 2nd and 10. Cornelius Bennett cuts him down after a gain out to the 43-yard line, a gain of almost 5.
It's amazing how these running backs from Penn State look so much better when they get out of them practice uniforms. Blair Thomas here just driving right, gets forward for a couple of positive yards, but he is the Jets' James Brooks. Like James Brooks is to the Cincinnati offense, that's the same way they want to use Blair Thomas. Throw him the ball, let him run it a lot, just an all-purpose back.
Boy, how good he is. Joe Paterno says he's the best back they ever had at Penn State in his years there. From Franco Harris, Kurt Warner. Downfield throw, they're trying to get it deep. Running under the ball was number 88, Al Toon. Herbie Jackson, a former Jet, was defending. There's no flag. There was contact. And so the Jets now come up to 4th down and send punter Joe Prokoff out.
Excellent coverage there by Kirby Jackson. He'll have his hands go. Al Toon has had some nicks, but he came into this game feeling well and thinking that he was going to be able to really get it going today.
Prokop had a tough day against San Diego, and Bruce Caslett said our punting has to improve. He's averaging under 34 yards net. There is Chris Hale, second-year player from USC, the return man. Smallest player on the field with the wind at his back. Prokop booms it into the end zone for a touchback. So the Bills will go on offense for the first time at their 20. That was a 57-yard punt. 20 comes off on the net with the touchback. 37 net. So with the wind blowing and the sun shining, the Bills are ready to go on offense.
Last year, more truck owners switched to Chevrolet than to any other truck.
Listen to the heartbeat.
Nearly 200,000 in just 1 year. So if you're still not driving a Chevy, what are you waiting for? More people are winning with
The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
Before this, you never heard of cold filtered. Before this, you never heard of genuine draft taste in a bottle. Now hear this. Get out of the old, get into the cold.
Cold filter taste what it's all about. Never heat pasteurized, so the rich, smooth taste don't cook out. Those who discover this real draft taste, the world can be a very cool place.
Get out of the old, get into the cold. Miller Genuine Draft.
Sometimes, without any warning at all, cars and trucks quitting before their time, before their owners get the most out of their investments. Maybe they don't know about AC Delco, a full line of auto parts designed with proper maintenance to help your car or truck last. Maybe they should. AC Delco. It's like buying time.
Bills with a very sound offensive line. Will Wolford, maybe their best lineman. He's been out with a hamstring pull, held out through training camp, but he's back and ready now. Kent Hull's a Pro Bowl player at center. Jim Kelly, the QB, completing 63% of his passes. Thurman Thomas, their standout runner. Jamie Mueller, the blocker. Lofton and Reed, standout wide receivers. In passing situations, they bring in speed, and Don Beebe and Don Smith. Bills on first down, and Thurman Thomas goes to the run and gets out to about the 23-yard line. We check the New York Jets on defense. A bit undersized. There's good speed there, though. Ron Stallworth, Scott Mercereau, Dennis Byrd, and Jeff Lageman across the front four. Joe Mott, leading tackler Kyle Clifton, and Joe Kelly, the backers. Mott and Kelly will come out in passing situations. Extra pass rushers come in. Marvin Washington and Gerald Nichols. Michael Mays and Travis Curtis come in the defensive secondary. And there's the starting back four. Stargell, he's been victimized. In one corner, Hasty at the other. Here's a flat pass not near anybody on second down and 6. Kelly looking at Andre Reed. Kelly, you know what the wind is like in the stadium, Ahmad, and it's really gusting today.
It really is. What you want to do is try to throw short balls, especially going this way on this football field. But that time, Kelly expecting Reed to break out. They had James Lofton out wide and Reed in the slot. And what you want to do is run Lofton deep to clear it out, bring Andre Reed out in the flat, and Andre just turned around, and Kelly expected him to break it out to the flat.
Tony Stargell, the Jets' left corner, he was victimized last week by Anthony Miller of the Chargers. And the Bills are going to go after him today. As you see Stargell at the top of your screen, up tight on the receiver, looking to bump. As dropping to throw is Jim Kelly, a timing pattern. He gets Thurman Thomas for the first down. And Thomas is at Dungle. He gets out across the 40. So on a third down and almost 7 played, the Bills got a first down. There is a marker down, though. 17-yard game. We'll see if the play goes.
We talked about James Brooks being the all-everything back at Cincinnati and Blair Thomas trying to do the same thing at the Jets. But when you talk about an all-everything back at Buffalo, you got to talk about Thurman Thomas.
Illegal motion, number 88, offense, still third down.
Tight end was in motion, Metzlar, so that cost the Bills 17 yards and a first down. You're mentioning Thurman Thomas, Ahmad, averaging 5.7 yards a rush, 424 yards. He's also the Bills' top receiver as Metzlar comes off the field. He can block, doesn't catch a lot of balls. They really like McKellar as a rising star tight end. Now the Bills go to a spread formation on 3rd down and 12. Kelly checks it out, and there's nothing there. He's got to bail out. Jets have it well defended. Scott Mercereau, number 94, ran him out. So the Jets have to punt in now. The Bills have to punt now into the swirling wind. Rick Tootin is their punter.
And this is a pattern where you're going to see Jim Kelly take this ball and try to roll out and have all the receivers come over this way. And he's trying to look back and try to find somebody coming across the middle. He has an option to if he doesn't find a receiver, he has an option to run. But this is just good defense by the Jets. There is not a receiver open, and they run Kelly out of bounds.
Now we go to live action as Tootin punts the ball for the Bills. Downfield, Terrence Mathis takes it at the 38. And standout special teams play, Steve Tasker, one of the best. He has been to the Pro Bowl as a special teams player, number 89 from Northwestern. A 44-yard punt and no return. So the Jets send their offense out for the second time in this scoreless first quarter.
After each regular season victory, the team's coaching staff selects the team play that had the most.
And winds northwest 30 knots, gusting 45 knots. Rain expected to continue till 10 p.m. 5 inches predicted in the 7-county area.
The Chevy Corsica has better aerodynamics than a Porsche 928 and a gas-charged independent front suspension, which helps you hold the road. Corsica also has a new user-friendly interior, which helps you hold the most important things. It's a very comforting way more people are winning with.
The heartbeat of America, that's today's Chevrolet.
And now it's easy to win with an efficient new Chevy Corsica.
Ready for some good news? If your car is in an accident and you have Allstate insurance, you can leave it in our hands. Allstate's recommended pro shops can do everything, including the estimate, in one stop. And to make you feel even better, Allstate will guarantee their workmanship for as long as you own your car. Well, that's the news. Now, be careful. You're in good hands with Allstate, a member of the Sears Financial Network.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft, cold filtered for real draft taste. So get out of the old, get into the cold. By today's Chevrolet, who invites you to see why more people are winning with the heartbeat of America. By Xerox, the document company. And by AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco, it's like buying time.
Sold out Rich Stadium, 80,000 look on as the Jets go on offense for a second time. No score in the first quarter. O'Brien looks to be checking off and changing the play. Bills aligning to blitz him. Here comes Smith. Deep throw is hanging, but Toon comes down with the ball at the 38-yard line. Bruce Smith hammered Ken O'Brien a split second late. And Al Toon goes high to come down with a 25-yard reception. John Hagee, making his first start at free safety for the injured Mark Kelso, is out. You talk about him about being a knockout tackler, but somebody dinged him here.
Yeah, he came in strong at the end of this play and really unloaded on Al Toon, a wiry-looking receiver, but he's very strong, Al Toon. You'll see Toon coming at the top of your screen, just sort of a crossover pattern. He finds the open spot and sure to set down in it right there. Now the ball's up a little bit high. You see him make the catch. Now watch Hagee come in here and just throw his body around recklessly, and Hagee's the one that's still down on the ground. But Al Toon, a big, rangy wide receiver that you don't have to, you just throw the ball in the area, and he's one of those guys that can go up and get it.
Hagee, they call him the baby-faced assassin. He's from the University of Texas. Friday in practice, they're running through just a base pass drill with no pads, and he still splattered some guy. He can't help himself.
He's one of these dangerous guys.
10-minute ticker time. Denver at Indianapolis, and the Broncos, who've been in the throes of a losing streak, go up in front as Elway hits Ricky Nattiel on a 52-yard scoring play.
Denver hasn't had any problems in the first half. It's that second half where they've went away.
They haven't come back since they were beaten in the fourth quarter here at Buffalo. Lost the last 3. First and 10. And the Jets go to the run and get some good yardage inside the Buffalo 35-yard line. Johnny Hector runs the ball and cuts back. Ray Bentley and Leonard Smith were on the stop for the Bills.
And Johnny Hector has had quite a resurgence here with this new coaching staff. Johnny Hector is one of these very quick backs. Watch him find the hole quickly and cut back to his right. Finds that open hole and then powers through for extra yardage. I was talking to some of the offensive coaches and said Johnny Hector is one of the guys that does not need a big hole. He's such a slashing runner.
Bill spent a lot of time with the number 34 on the scout team. They were ready for Hector, but not in that play. And here's Blair Thomas trying to bounce to the outside. Cut down at the 31-yard line. He lost. Well, he gained about a yard where they're going to spot the ball. Last week against San Diego, the Jets had only 6 completions and 4 were dump-offs to the tight end. But today, in the win, Ken O'Brien's throwing the ball well.
One of the things they've got to do is they've got to establish this run, because anytime they get in a situation where they've got to pass, it plays right into the hands of the Buffalo Bills defense. And like you said earlier, Marv Levy said that the team that can run the best is the team that's going to win. And that's what the Jets have to do. They got to go out and run the ball.
Levy also said we're not looking at the Jet team that played San Diego and got beaten last week. We're expecting the Jet team that should have beaten Miami and Florida the week before. End up on the run, and the Jets get more good movement on the right side of their offensive line. Brett Miller, Trevor Maddich, along with the tight end. Bruce Smith makes the tackle, but the Jets get a first down.
When you look at the Jet team and the talent positions, they have got as much talent as anybody in the league. You talk about Rob Moore, Al Toon, Johnny Hector, Freeman McNeil, Ken O'Brien, but what they need is their offensive line to give them a chance to work. It doesn't matter if you got great wide receivers if you have no time to throw the ball down the field.
Bruce Coughlin said, really, on our team, everybody's a rookie because we have all new systems on offense and defense. He really likes the attitude of his team. It's very apparent this team isn't down, even though they've taken some lumps this season. They go to the run on first down and get the ball inside the 25-yard line. Johnny Hector gets the call. He's cut down after a gain of almost 5 yards. Shane Conlon, a Pro Bowl linebacker, number 58, made the stop.
You were talking about all those rookies on the Jet team. I asked somebody yesterday. They said the only guy who isn't a rookie and doesn't have to learn anything new is Pat Lade.
Who's no longer, he's happy to say, the oldest player in the league. They Colts signed Joe Ferguson, who's 40. He's a backup QB. Pat Leahy is 39. He's in his 17th NFL season.
I'm 40. Maybe I'll go back.
Why not? Easy money. Breaking into open field, it's Freeman McNeil as the Jets take it inside the 15-yard line and down to the 13. And so far in this game, a Jet team that had no offense last week has really been the dominant ball club.
Freeman McNeil, number 24, has such excellent work habits. This is an 11-yard run, and you see, this is what Freeman does best. If you can give him a little hole, he is just excellent in the open field. And in talking to these guys, Freeman is the guy that sets the pace for practice. All these young running backs can learn from Freeman because his work ethic is such that you can only get better.
An excellent point. Coughlin was saying if a young player wants to see how to play football, you watch Toon and Freeman McNeil. They play every down in practice like it's a game. This time, the Bills shut down the run on a 1st and 10 play from the 14-yard line. Freeman McNeil was dancing, but Darryl Talley, number 56, the Bills' leading tackler, got him.
The Bills, coming off that bye last week, had a chance to watch a lot of film on these Jets, and one of the things the coaches worry about is you don't want to show them that San Diego game too many times because they get overconfident. And they're finding out right now that this is not the same team that played last week.
Wind has died down. Bright sunny day, temperature in the low 60s. No score first quarter. As the Jets on second down go to the rollout, and Ken O'Brien threw to a man that wasn't there. And a marker is down as Cornelius Bennett put a big pop on Ken O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien has been hit more than any quarterback that I have seen in the last couple of years. And it's not so much the sack, but when you get hit every time you throw the ball, it starts to take a toll on you. And talking to Bobby Reese, the Jets trainer, he said, Ken O'Brien is such a tough guy. No matter what's wrong with him, he always says, I'm okay. I'm ready to go.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 97 floated ahead. First down.
Tom White, the referee, calls Cornelius Bennett on that big pop. He got O'Brien late, so the Jets get a first down inside the 10-yard line. First and goal, Jets.
I think the thing that he was calling was Cornelius had a blow to the head. I mean, he had a chance to pull off, but he hit him a little bit high. You see Cornelius, the defensive player of the week.
Back-to-back weeks, first player to get that. Back-to-back. 80,000 making a lot of noise now. O'Brien and the Jets challenging in this scoreless game. To the run, down to the 5-yard line. Raymond McNeil. Inside backers, Conlon and Bentley stopped him. The second down and goal from the 5.
Second and goal from the 5.
Jets took a 7-0 lead on the Bills the last game, and Buffalo came back at Giant Stadium a month ago.
We were talking about Bruce Smith. Boy, he was off that ball as if he knew the snap count. He almost took the handoff.
Absolutely extraordinary player. Phenomenal. How's it said we've got to block him with 3 people. We can't do it with 2.
Of course, when you do that, you leave Bennett open.
Up the middle, Freeman McNeil, and he's heading in. Touchdown, Jets. Freeman McNeil gets his 3rd touchdown of the season on a 5-yard run. And the Jets go on the board first, 6-0.
Freeman McNeil, the consummate pro, has got this team going, and the Bills look a little bit flat, but on the other hand, the Jets are showing they came to play. We talked about them being a young, inexperienced team, but in the past, you've seen them rise to the occasion against a couple of teams in the NFL, and all of a sudden today, they're doing just that. These guys are professionals just like the other team. They get checked, so you really can't look past them because they can put it together.
Leahy automatic on the extra point, and with 5:21 to play in the first quarter, the Jets get it downfield on Freeman McNeil's touchdown run. They take a 7-0 lead. Raymond McNeil, number 24, in his 10th year, the Jets' all-time leading rusher.
Here's another demonstration of Chevy versus Ford. We're loading up these full-size pickups with recyclables. The Chevy has a standard payload advantage of over 400 pounds.
That's a pile of payload the Ford leaves behind.
No wonder so many truck owners recycle their trucks for Chevys. More people are winning with
the heartbeat of America.
Now it's easy to win with the heartbeat.
Bit by bit, putting it together. Piece by piece, it's the way to make an ideal work. Every moment's contribution, every detail plays a part. Just the vision's no solution. It all depends on execution. Putting it together, that's what counts. Ounce by ounce, putting it together. Putting it together.
Behind every great accomplishment, there is always a document that bridges the gap between what can be and what will be.
Putting it together, putting it together, putting it together.
Xerox technology helps people transform ideas into documents that change the world. Faxing, scanning, copying, publishing. Xerox, the document company.
Putting it together, putting it together, putting it together.
It's the real Twin Peaks murder. When a prom queen murders, we interrupt. A special announcement from the FBI on Unsolved Mysteries. Their newest and deadliest member of the 10 Most Wanted list, Wednesday. When vigilantes claim the streets, Hunter takes law and order into his own hands.
Don't make me come back here.
Hunter on NBC Wednesday.
Back at Rich Stadium, Leahy kicks it off to the Jets, who've just taken a 7-0 lead on a 5-yard touchdown run by Freeman McNeil. And here come the Bills right back. Don Smith, who leads the American Conference in kickoff returns, brings it back across the 35-yard line.
Now we'll take a look at this touchdown. It's all pass action, which makes these guys hesitate for a minute. But watch this block right here. Freeman McNeil's going to take the inside handoff and take it into the end zone. There's the pass action, which freezes the linebackers. Now Freeman McNeil following his blocking and just burst into the end zone. Just a very well-executed play. And execution is something that you need in order to make the things work.
See how Kelly can execute now. If he can answer with the drive, he's got a problem here as the rush is on. Loggeman was on him, and Kelly still has the ball. They're going to rule it a sack. Dennis Byrd gets the sack, number 90. Loggeman flushed him out of the pocket, and then Dennis Byrd grabbed him, and it was quickly ruled in the grass by referee Tom White.
In the grass. I don't know if that was really in the grass. You watch Jim Kelly backing off the play. Nobody's fooled by this. It's a fake to one side. It's a blindside screen. Now watch Kelly. Here's Byrd. He tries to jump on Kelly, just pushes him off. There was no grasp. There was no grasp. But I guess that rule is in to protect the quarterback.
Now a pickoff by Eric McMillan, his first of the season. And Eric McMillan, a Pro Bowl player, gives the Jets great field position. He's taken down on a clothesline, and the Bills, coming off the bye week, look very bad, and the Jets ready to play after being blasted by San Diego.
That's right. It's a character check. I mean, you get blown out one week, the next week you got to come out to play. A lot of people have been giving Eric McMillan a lot of heat about not intercepting balls, but up until today, he's been forcing a lot of run action up on the line of scrimmage. But anything that's in his area, he has excellent hands and great running ability after the catch. Fine play by Eric McMillan. And one of the things that we talked about at the top of the show was that Buffalo had to worry about being flat. The Jets are not.
And a critical development here, Ahmad. Thurman Thomas, a great Bills runner, limping off the field.
That could be a big blow to this Buffalo team. It's a guy that's responsible for a major portion of their offense who's now limping.
So the Jets with a 7-0 lead in good field position again on the interception by Eric McMillan. Blair Thomas finds a way through the Bills defense and gets down to the 23-yard line. As we check the 10-minute ticker, Colts getting a field goal and now trailing Denver 7-3. Nothing up in Washington. New Orleans up 3-0 on the Oilers at Houston. Dallas and Tampa Bay no score in the first quarter. And here at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, at 7-0, Jets over the Bills. And the Jets challenging again. Eric McMillan had 14 interceptions, more than anyone in the NFL over the past 2 seasons. The one he just got to set up this drive was his first of 1990. Brad Baxter, tough inside runner, gets popped by Darryl Talley as Doc Weiss checks out Thurman Thomas.
And he could be a big loss. Yeah, a big loss if he can't go, because they ride this man Thurman Thomas, this Buffalo offense, and the offense has not really played that well in the last few games. They really need to turn it on. Number 79, Mike Haight of the Jets, is down, and he has been playing exceptional up to this point. He was starting to walk off when Bobby Reese, the trainer, came out and made him sit down. So it's always a good sign if a guy can get up and walk for a few steps. And they need Mike Haight.
Thurman Thomas, who led the NFL in yards from scrimmage, having his knee checked on the other sideline.
I accept the time machine I had 40 years. Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized Miller Genuine Draft.
Don't worry, Judy. I'm sure the future will be a very cool place.
For those who discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
It works. The time has come for a new kind of full-size luxury. The 1991 Chevrolet Caprice. It has more standard features than ever before, like the control of 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. It's a beautiful design. We designed to stop beautifully. The time has come for a Chevrolet Caprice. Now, it's easy to win with a heartbeat.
In civilized society, any grouping lapse can result in a mortifying loss of station. But with Right Guard Sports Stick, one gets maximum protection. Well, off to the foxes. Right Guard Sports Stick. Anything less will be uncivilized.
Some people think it's a great idea for you to buy a second-rate antifreeze. Not all antifreeze is the same. Nothing beats Presto. And that's something you might appreciate down the road.
Pittsburgh, San Francisco,
The Steelers battle the 49ers. Next.
Good news for the Bills tonight. Thurman Thomas up and apparently all right after they checked his knee. And there is Mike Pate on the other side. He's all right. Jam up on 3rd and short. Jets needed only a yard to get a first down. They lead the game 7-0 late in the first quarter. We have 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in it.
In talking to Bruce Smith before the game, one of the things that he was concerned about is playing a team like the Jets. If you don't jump on top of them right away, then all of a sudden they have the feeling that they can win the game, and then you got your hands full. Because the Bills have to get to a point where they can win a game businesslike, without using any emotion. Just go out and very businesslike beat the other football team. And that's what this kind of game is going to turn into, because the Jets will be sky high if they can do something with this drive.
Here's a guy who can do something. Blair Thomas weaves his way inside the 15-yard line, taken down by Shane Conlon on a first down carry. He got about 6. This guy's a nice-looking back, isn't he?
Yeah, a couple of old Penn State teammates there. You see Thurman Thomas, Blair Thomas running in there and tackled by Shane Conlon. But the thing they like about Blair Thomas is he really has great vision. He knows how to find the holes. And once he gets inside of them, he explodes.
2nd down and 5 as they go back to the run. Back to Blair Thomas. He's caught and knocked down by Leon Seals. Ray Bentley was through first, number 50. Then Seals finished him off. That brings up 3rd down, and the Jets send in extra wide receivers.
Ken O'Brien, a very beat-up and sore quarterback.
He's got a good rating, though. 83% rating, 83 rating points.
He is so tough. I just have not seen it for him. He looks so wiry. He is one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league.
Well, he was sacked 62 times last year, O'Brien. Most in the NFL. He's been sacked 18 times already this season. He knows pain. Back to the run, and the Bills shoot the gap. But somehow the runner, Johnny Hector, finds his way down close to the 11-yard line. Very close to a first down. He's short of it. Freeman McNeil ran the ball.
Freeman McNeil, a very crafty runner. He also can find cracks. And one of the things that he does best, once he gets inside the hole, watch Freeman still keep going forward to get this positive yardage. Just ducks under Bruce Steels and pounds into Cornelius Bennett.
Pat Leahy is on now. He's having a good year. He's hit 10 of 11 field goal tries so far. Never played college football, never played high school football. Was on a national championship soccer team at St. Louis University. They're trying a trick play and running with the ball and heading into a first down area and almost into the end zone. Down to the 2-yard line is the holder, Joe Prokop. So Coach Coslett is reaching into that bag of tricks and coming up with winners.
That was a great call by Bruce Coslett. Now, if you watch the Cincinnati Bengals over the years, these are not trick plays. These are plays that they practice a lot during the course of the week. And Prokop, with that excellent speed, just takes off around left end and almost gets in for the score. Just a great call. And those are not plays that they drew up in the locker room before the game. These are plays that they have had in since training camp, and they work a lot on these plays. Coslett, a very positive type coach and having a positive effect on this young football team.
Coslett unhappy his team calling for a timeout, and they finally give him one. 25 seconds to go in the first half. He wants to keep the ball at this end because he's got a wind at his back. They hit the field goal, although it's a short in close one. Now he comes over to give some counsel to Ken O'Brien. O'Brien was the NFL's leading passer back in '85. Now in his 8th year out of Cal Davis. All 3 Jet quarterbacks are from Sacramento, California. Ryan, Eason, and Taylor.
And O'Brien also was the most accurate passer at a quarterback challenge event that we had over in Hawaii this past summer. He topped all the other top-rated quarterbacks in the league by being the most accurate.
This is a doubleheader day on NBC Sports, and the Steelers, a rising power in the AFC, go out to Candlestick to play the best, the San Francisco 49ers. Some of you will see the Raiders go against the Chargers at San Diego. Pittsburgh. It's the amazing thing about Knowles' teams about over the years. If they start off bad, you can count on them 180, and they'll be good. It's just remarkable how he turns a team that's going nowhere into a contender. Right now, they have the best defense in the AFC, and they'll need it today at San Francisco. A doubleheader game on most of these NBC stations. As they go to the run, and Freeman McNeil is stuck hard at the 2. He's down close, but not in. It'll be second down and goal from the 2-yard line.
You see Freeman McNeil and the power that he still has in his legs. Once he stops, this is football here. This has got to want it here. You see Freeman coming off tackle. He'll get hit and continue to keep driving forward. Got a lot of youth in them 10-year-in-the-league legs. So Freeman wanted that touchdown badly.
He was close to it, and he'll come out knocking again as we go to the second quarter. At the end of the first 15 minutes, the underdog Jets have a 7-0 lead, looking for more.
Just a reminder, proper maintenance with AC Delco parts can significantly reduce premature wrinkles. AC Delco, it's like buying time.
So your little brother's joining us, huh?
He's not so little anymore.
All right, now let's move it.
He's what, 19?
Weight setting, 540, F-14.
Jeff's landing planes?
4-gear lens set.
No. $40 million jets.
Today's Navy. High-tech training that takes you only one way. Full speed ahead.
Primary's off. Good job, guys.
You and the Navy.
Jeff?
See? He's not so little anymore.
Full speed ahead.
On Wall Street, fortunes are won and lost and won again before 10:30. Amid the halls of ivy, the best ideas often come and go before 10:30. And on the back lots of Hollywood, love often blooms and fades before 10:30. Which is why Federal Express delivers before 10:30 at more places around the country than anyone else. Federal Express, absolutely, positively the best in the business.
Only one event in the sport of kings features 7 championship races, $10 million, and can truly be called America's Day at the Races. The Breeders' Cup, the championship of thoroughbred racing, next Saturday on NBC.
Some unlikely numbers. The Bills with minus yardage on offense. The Jets in command with a 7-0 lead and down close again. As we open the second quarter at sold-out Rich Stadium. Second and goal from a yard away. Play fake. Open man. Mark Boyer. Touchdown Jets. O'Brien with the slip play fake to Freeman McNeil. He froze everybody, and Boyer slipped off. Makes his first touchdown catch of the season. His first as a Jet. His 16th catch of the year, and the Jets have taken command 13-0.
Now you talk about selling a play. Watch Freeman McNeil dive into that pile like he has the ball, and all O'Brien has to do is just step back, finds his man, and puts it right there on the money. They put big Jeff Criswell, number 61, back there as a blocking back, and they really sold the play in the middle of the line, which froze all the linebackers and enabled the receiver to get wide open.
Leahy pops another extra point, and it's 14-0 Jets. Let's watch Ken O'Brien now, Ahmad, with that good ball handling that
you just get the line to fire out. O'Brien with a very good fake, and now he has all the time in the world to find his receiver. When you have all that time like that, the receiver has a chance to run all the way across the back end of the end zone. He can run anywhere he wants to because there's nobody back defending on the pass. He finds Boyer and puts it right on him. Those kind of balls are very hard to catch when you're wide open like that. Sometimes you look at them too long and they can get through your hands, but they didn't get through his hands.
As we check the 10-minute ticker, Denver going up on the Colts 14-3 at Indianapolis. Still nothing on the board at RFK in Washington, where the Eagles and the Redskins are playing. New Orleans continues to lead the Oilers by a field goal at Houston. Tampa Bay's gone up on the Cowboys at Tampa.
Don, if we can take a look at those first quarter stats again, because we came out talking about Buffalo worried about being flat. I mean, no first downs, 4 yards rushing. I mean, they're minus yardage here. It's just those are the things that really worry a coach like Marv Levy when you have that week off. It's very hard to stay focused, but the good teams do it.
Well, they want to be up. It's not a question of want to. It's just a question of being able to summon whatever it is. But the thing on Buffalo, when you got the Bills down 14-0 the last few weeks, they've had you right where they want you. Sensational comebacks keyed by special teams and defense. Now Chris Hale, or L. Edwards, working hard. He fights his way through, and he gets out to the 37-yard line on the kick return. Now, while we have a moment, let's switch to NFL Live in New York and Bob Costas. Bob?
Don, in the second period, Denver leads Indianapolis 14-3, but here's the good news for the Colts. Eric Dickerson's first carry of the year. Nice hole opened by his friends on the offensive line. He gains 11. He passes the juice on the all-time list. Just ahead, John Riggins. 3 carries, 34 yards for Dickerson. Back to Don and Ahmad.
So apparently Eric still got his good stuff at Ahmad.
He certainly does.
First and 10 now for the Bills, whose offense has been inept so far. To the run. Straight ahead carry. They go to Kenneth Davis. Thurman Thomas not in there. Banged up his knee, making a tackle following an interception by Eric McMillan.
And this Buffalo Bill team, I guarantee you right now, they're going to try to establish something, and it's got to be the run. They've got to establish their superiority here and just try to go right at them, and they'll have to do it without this man right here, Thurman Thomas, who is a major part of this Buffalo Bill offense. I don't think Buffalo wants to count on those fourth quarter heroics too many times in a row.
Well, the last 2 games, they were out of the games in the fourth quarter and came back to win. Now Davis running hard again. He was a Green Bay Packer. Came to Buffalo as a Plan B free agent. Scored 2 touchdowns this year. Kyle Clifton, the leading tackler for the Jets, made the stop.
He had 18 tackles last week. That's about 8 too many. I mean, where were the other guys? You don't want to have your middle linebacker making every single tackle. But when things start to go wrong, what you'll see teams do is go back to basics. Cut the fooling around. Just try to run the ball right at the Jets. And when you do that, you run right at Cal Clifton. I saw Cal yesterday in the hotel, and he looked about 2 inches shorter than he did from last week.
He didn't practice all week. He had a big neck brace on out of hospital.
18 tackles, 22 on the coach's film.
And here we are, Ahmad, 2 minutes into the second quarter, and the Bills have their first down. Last time they met, Thurman Thomas had 214 yards rushing, almost 12 a carry. Today he has 4 yards rushing. He's not in the game at the moment. Jets dominating statistics and the scoreboard numbers. The Jets are in the lead 14-0. First and 10 Bills. Jamie Mueller, a workmanlike runner, both hands on the ball so as not to cough it up, but he doesn't get much. Scott Mercereau, an inside tackle, made the play.
Scott Mercereau and Dennis Bird are 2 very fired-up players that played hard every single down. You see the Bills trying to run the ball right up the middle, and the Jets, Mercereau makes a very fine move, comes down behind the blocker and makes the tackle. These Jets, I'm telling you, they're gaining momentum as this game goes along.
Dropping to throw is Kelly on 2nd and 8. Dumps it off up the middle. Jamie Mueller is on the run. He beats some people inside the 30, and he's not done till he gets down to the 22-yard line. So the Jets give up the first big play of this game by their defense, and it ignites the Bills' following of 80,000. 29-yard gain.
These are the kind of plays that these Bills need to get this team excited. They need a big play. And here you see Jim Kelly with a lot of time to throw the ball. He's looking downfield. Now he's looking at a safety valve over here, Mueller. Mueller does the right thing and starts running down the field, finding a place to get open, and Kelly just lays the ball on him. And then once he gets out in the open field, you see Mueller showing that he's got some speed. Clifton trying to stop him. Mueller makes the catch. Watch him run away here. And now he's like a bull in a china shop. Once he gets going there, everybody trying to pull him down.
Back to live action, and the Bills go back to the run and get the ball down inside the 20-yard line. On a first down play, they got about 4. Kenneth Davis was called down to run it again. Thurman Thomas has not been back in since banging up his knee. We just got word that they're holding him out for observation.
A gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
This is some player. We quickly check the Xerox 10-minute ticker. Colts continue to trail the Denver Broncos at Indianapolis.
a scoring battle there in Philadelphia.
Nothing up yet. Now the Bills trying to get on the board. Downfield throw, wide open man was the tight end McKellar, but Kelly's ball sailed. One of his great strengths, Jim Kelly, is throwing the deep ball with excellent accuracy.
That ball just looked like it got away from him a little bit because he had a wide open receiver.
Kelly lives nearby here in Orchard Park in a pad that almost beyond belief. They call it Graceland. Various brothers live in there.
Well, he's the closest thing to Elvis that Buffalo's ever seen.
Amazing. They say the best disco in Buffalo's in his cellar. Third down and 7. Kelly, swing pass. There's a foul on that play. Here's a flag. Kelly going to Keith McKellar, who was held by Brian Washington, who did the right thing because he had a step out of him and might have been heading right in.
Pass interference. Number 48 defense. It's a first down for Buffalo.
This is a very smart play because he was wide open. And Washington just pulls him down. Well, you want to do that there. If you let him catch the ball, he may run it in for a touchdown. So that's a very smart play. At least that's what Washington will try to tell the coach when the game is over. Smart move.
Jets coaches like him, though. Brian Washington, who was waiver acquisition, he was drafted by Cleveland, strong safety out of Nebraska. Big upside. He's only in his second year. Kenneth Davis dips to the outside, but Eric McMillan comes up to make a Pro Bowl play. One of the Jets' best draft choices ever. He was picked in the 3rd round in '88 out of Missouri, and in 2 previous seasons, he'd been to the Pro Bowl both times.
It's just so neat for me to watch this guy play, because when I first came into the league, he was a little kid running around the locker room with his dad, Ernie McMillan, and now he is one of the stars of the National Football League. And the biggest change for him in this year's defense as opposed to last year is he's playing run more often. He's up pressing, trying to make those tackles like he just made.
Second down, about 13 now for the Bills. Kelly with a hard ball. He's got a man, and it's a touchdown Buffalo. Andre Reed, a Pro Bowl player's in. His 33rd career TD reception, as you see, his second of this season. On offensive day, the Bills worked long and hard running those slants. Those post patterns, Lofton and Reed come down in close, and that time they make the touchdown connection for the first time today. Scott Norwood puts the extra point up and good. So the Bills, who showed no offense, now drive down the field very effectively and come to within 7 as the Jets continue to lead the game 14-7.
It may have been 30 years ago, or just yesterday, a roadster caught your eye, and you've never been quite the same. The Mazda Miata.
It just feels right.
I was enjoying my Halloween when she walked in. Nice can.
You have to help me find my party. What's your rate? 72 beats a minute. I just know that it's in a castle, and there's lots of Coors Light.
A castle like this?
That's it.
Get everything you need at Coors Light Halloween headquarters, because it isn't Halloween without the silver bullet.
You're a doll.
When you own your own business, you sweat every detail.
Avis is the only major rent-a-car company owned by its employees, and they're trying harder with a 49-step quality control program to give you a well-maintained car. Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
When you own the business and your customer needs something fast, you do it.
Avis is the only major rent-a-car company owned by its employees, and they're trying harder with a computerized return system to get you on your way faster. Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
grieving widow or cold-blooded killer?
I heard the shot.
A new night for Law and Order, right after In the Heat of the Night on NBC Tuesday.
Tony Stargell, who has been the league drum the last couple of weeks, gets beaten on here by Andre Reed. Andre Reed, just a nice little slant pattern that makes the catch, and a very fine throw by Jim Kelly.
Andre has a good hang time also after the reception.
He's one of the best in the league. He's such a strong, powerful receiver.
Kickoff now coming downfield. It carries short. Free ball on the field. Terrence Mathis has a problem, and now he's got some open field. And Mathis, who can really fly, gets out to the 27-yard line. That's the second one that Terrence Mathis has dropped. It's not hard to do here, as there's a lot of gusting wind. Alton Bailey was the tackler.
Now we will take a look at this last touchdown. You see Tony Stargell right here is going to turn Andre Reed off to the inside. Reed wants to keep this pattern wide because this is the headache. This man is supposed to come over and prevent that play. Now watch Andre Reed as he gets by Tony Stargell and then keeps the play wide. The ball thrown perfectly right inside Brian Washington. Result, touchdown.
Now the Bills defense, heed after that touchdown march by the offense. Looks at O'Brien throwing downfield, and a nice throw, a perfect on-time target. But the pass was separated from Rob Moore. This is one fine-looking receiver.
He really is. This is a play that when you're so big as he is, you can see him going in motion at the top of your screen, and then he just takes off down the field, little out ball, now up the field. Very nice pattern. You got to come up with that catch. You got to catch that one, Rob. And I'm sure that he's going to catch a lot more like that. He's only been in the league 10 minutes.
He has 21 catches this year to lead the Jets. 14-7. The underdog Jets are in the lead. O'Brien on 2nd and 10. Dumps it off to Boyer. Mark Boyer with his second catch. His first was for a touchdown today. Shane Conlon and Cornelius Bennett knock him down. And the Jets get it out to their 37-yard line, about 2 yards short of where they need to be.
And Boyer in an argument with the wrong person there on the field. When you get in an argument, you don't want to pick Bruce Smith. You go get the kicker and then shake him around a little bit, but you don't. You see those big arms? They look like cobra snakes on his shoulders. He's not the guy that you want to get into an argument with.
That's what they say now. You don't want to ever get in a fight with anybody with a number higher than 19. Quarterbacks and kickers.
If you watch Bruce Smith, there's the problem right there. Now that is Boyer just chops him. It's a chop block. And those are the kind of things that all these players are in the same fraternity. You don't want to block a guy on his knees. I mean, you're all trying to work and try to make a living, and a shot like that.
Good point. Smith is out there protesting to the umpire.
A shot like that just is not fair. You got to play him head up.
Bruce Smith will start to tear a team up if you do that to him. Hand off. Johnny Hector runs hard and gets to the 43-yard line. Bruce Smith came across to make the play. Coslin said we're going to chop him, cut him, do everything we can. This guy totally takes apart our offense every time we played him.
One of the things that pass rushers don't do is make tackles. You watch Bruce Smith. Just taking on Criswell, throws him away and makes the tackle. You see a lot of these defensive ends and pass rushing types that all they do is rush up the field. Bruce Smith is a total football player.
Yeah, he's telling somebody, my friend, I've got your number. You want him in the crosshairs. Here is a downfield throw, and Rob Moore makes the reception as the Jet offense, which was so hopelessly inept, so absolutely worthless a week ago against San Diego, is hitting plays all over the field against the Bills.
Rob Moore, such a big, strong target. I mean, he's as big as a tight end. 6'2", 205.
Face mask, number 46 defense, 5 yards. It's a first down.
Leonard Smith called for a foul, an expensive one. First down, Jets.
When you can run, you can always get these patterns. Rob Smith, they have to respect his speed. He runs a little stop pattern, makes the catch, and now as he's getting tackled, there's a face mask call there, and they tack on some extra yardage. Rob Moore, one of the most impressive wide receivers that I've seen in the last 8 or 9 years.
He was the number 1 pick of the Jets in the supplemental draft. They gave up their number 1 position in next June's NFL draft. They were happy to have the chance to get him. First down and 10 for the Jets, who lead the Bills 14-7 with 8:45 to play in the first half. Hector spins off. Darryl Talley, in his 8th year from West Virginia, makes the tackle.
We talked about the Jets being able to handle Bruce Smith. They cannot do it with one person. You see Bruce, there's a little chop block. Bruce gets up again and still following the play. He doesn't ever stop. But one thing, I guess, when you try to make a guy work, you start chopping at his knees, it really will get his attention.
I believe he was saying about one stat that jumps out at you in winning teams. He said 83% of the winners this year in the NFL have run the ball more than their opposition, and the Jets have been running the ball well today. They do it again on 2nd down and 8. Gain ahead for at least 5 down close to the 32-yard line. Freeman McNeil, tackled by Shane Conlon and Darryl Talley. Going to bring up 3rd and 2 or 3 for the Jets. Apparently the Broncos back on track with a 17-3 lead over the Colts at Indianapolis.
Continue that shutout in Philadelphia.
As we check the Xerox 10-minute ticker, New Orleans up on Houston. Jets led 14-0. Personal foul calls by Cornelius Bennett earlier, and now Leonard Smith have kept drives alive for the Jets. Bryan doesn't like what he sees and does the wise thing. Calls a timeout. That stops the clock with 7:20 to play in the first half. So O'Brien having a good day, and Coach Coslet, who ran that great Cincinnati offense, has to be pleased.
Listen to my nephew. He's going to be a lawyer like me. He's even going to look like me.
Oh, really? So does that mean on his first big trial day, the jury's going to notice his winning smile?
Yeah.
And his great suit.
Yeah.
Oh, his little flakes.
No, dandruff? Me?
Oh, it can happen to perfect people. Here, just use my shampoo.
Head and shoulders. But you don't have dandruff.
I rest my case.
Head and Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
I fall to pieces each time someone speaks your name.
While few race cars are lucky enough to even see the finish line, the rotary-powered Mazda RX-7 has won more races than any other car in IMSA history. The Mazda RX-7.
When it comes to buying a color TV, many people think state-of-the-art begins overseas, when the truth is, state-of-the-art starts here. You just have to know what to ask for. Ask for the only TVs with a great picture and 4 ways to enjoy stereo sound, like Bose and Dolby Surround. Ask for picture-in-picture with triple flashback. Ask for the hottest ideas in home theater. Ask to see a Zenith. For true innovation in television, quality never looked more like a Zenith.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Mazda, it just feels right. By Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now. And by Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
With Ahmad Rashad, this is Don Crickey back at sold-out Rich Stadium. 80,000 looking on. The Jets, a big underdog, have been the dominant team. They lead the Bills 14-7 and are driving again on a perfect October day. Temperature in the 60s, clear and sunny, and O'Brien in his running game doing well as Bruce Smith shows his all-pro stuff.
Bruce Smith showing his overall ability to come from the opposite side to run the play down. You see the Jets trying to run to their right, and here comes Bruce Smith all the way from the other side to drag Hector down. And I think Bruce Smith is very upset at the cut blocking. They're trying to, you got to try to block Bruce any way you can, but guys, it's not an illegal block. It's just a block that really makes you upset that a guy's cutting you on the knees.
Timing pattern, and Altoon is open as O'Brien with a great look sees an overmatch. And Altoon gets the reception for yet another first down on a 17-yard play. A great read by O'Brien.
Great heads-up play. Altoon had no one covering when they snapped the ball, and Bryan just there's no one out here. No one out there at all. You see Kirby Jackson trying to run up, and if that ball's thrown a little bit further out front, we got a touchdown here. Just a great play, and O'Brien got the snap real quick when he saw that no one was covering to him, and they get the big gain.
Much like the Cosworth offense at Cincinnati, catching the defense flat-footed and overmatch and then go to it. Here's a handoff now. Freeman McNeil running low to the ground, angles into the Bills defense and gets down inside the 15-yard line. Tackled by Leon Seals and Carlton Bailey as the Jets are trailing again. Personal fouls have been a big story in this game. Cornelius Bennett negated a big sack of O'Brien by hitting him in the head, and the Jets had a first down and subsequently scored. In this drive, a personal foul call against Leonard Smith kept the Jets moving. Now they're down close again. Big thing they've done now, the Jets taking this crowd out of the game.
They certainly have. Even in Buffalo, you can hardly hear yourself.
Markers down all over as Bruce Smith got to O'Brien before the snap did.
I've been watching Bruce Smith, and after every play, he's having a conference.
Ball start, 61, offense, still second down.
And anytime you play in front of Bruce Smith, you're going to have these sort of, because you want to be the first one off the ball, but I guess you don't want to go that quick. But Bruce Smith, because of his greatness, causes plays like this, causes an offense to misfire.
Griswold's done his best, but as Stafford says, you can't block all throws with free agents. Here's O'Brien with a good play fake, looking into the end zone, a throw, and a catch, and a touchdown for the Jets. Al Toon is in for the Jets' third score of the first half. 19 yards.
Great catch by Al Toon in traffic, and Marv Levy, a very worried Marv Levy at this point, because he knows that you can't keep coming back like they've done the last couple of weeks. But Al Toon, when you catch a ball like that, it goes through so many arms before it gets to you. You really have to concentrate to still be able to make the catch. You see O'Brien roll out. Now Toon is coming across. They watch this ball go through. It just went by 3 or 4 people, and Toon still made the catch. And a nice little spike there afterwards.
Al Toon's 19th catch of the year, his third touchdown reception, and the Jets extend their lead to 21-7. An unlikely happening here in Orchard Park as Chip Myers, the receiver coach, hugs him.
He stirs in the land of dawning. He stirs now in the age of wandering. Now on the trail of beauty, he stirs.
The new Navajo from Mazda. It just feels right.
You won't believe the shop vac. It comes with a surprise.
So where's the surprise?
In a minute. First, this baby picks up stuff like nails and glass, and like a regular shop vac, it also picks up water.
So where's the surprise?
Just watch. You twist the top, lift it off, and you've got a surprisingly powerful blowout.
And don't forget to get Steam Team, the attachment that turns any shop vac into a powerful carpet cleaner. If you own a house or carpet, you gotta own a shop vac.
Mr. Three-Point Shooter used to miss 3 points on his face till I got him to shave with a Slim Twin disposable.
It has a narrow head.
Just like our little brother Mike. So you can shave hard-to-reach places.
It's got a special bar to keep the blades clean.
The Slim Twin Disposable from Schick. The most impressive thing about the new Macintosh computers isn't how little they cost. It's how much they're worth.
Of their lifetime and yours. The NBA on NBC.
The Jets get it down the field again, 71 yards in 11 plays. O'Brien to Toon on the payoff end from 19 yards out. And now the Jets kick off again with a 21-7 lead. Spinning kick. Here is Don Smith running it back. Good coverage on the special teams by the Jets. Coming down to make the tackle was Marvin Washington, number 97. Well, that's what Kelly and the Bills can do on offense here in Mount.
They're starting to, that's been their problem for the last longest. Look at the time of possession there. They haven't had much time to do anything, and the time that they've had the ball, they just have done nothing with it.
O'Brien with a hot hand. Kelly with a big interception that was subsequently turned into a touchdown. McMillan picked him off. Kelly was sharp in the last drive, though. Took the Bills right through the Jets. Throwing a catch. Andre Reed. He loses the defender Stargell, and Andre Reed is on the run out to the 39-yard line. That's an overmatch. Stargell was a third-round draft choice from Tennessee State. They say he's got a lot of talent, but he's not been in the league long enough to cover these receivers. Number 45, Tony Stargell.
Well, you know what happens when you got a rookie back there and you look on the film and you see the guy getting beat every week. That's the guy you want to go after. Half the battle in
your chops, didn't you, when you see it?
Half the battle in this league is having a reputation, and then they leave you alone. If you don't have a reputation, they go at you every single time.
Here's a good development. Thurman Thomas has come back in. He's deployed as a wide receiver at the top of your screen. Out of 1st and 10 play. Time becoming a factor now for the Bills. 4:35 to play in the first half. When you're new in the league,
no penalty. We have picked up the flag.
All right, no penalty. We'll accept that.
It's all about reputation, Don. You make the Pro Bowl one time, they never throw at you again. You get a touchdown pass called in, they throw at you every single week.
They're going to go deep to Lofton pretty soon. Here they go to the run, and here's Thurman Thomas bouncing to the outside. Turns up and gets only 2 or 3 yards. Ron Stallworth tackled him, number 96.
Let's take a look at that Al Toon touchdown. Now, the guy that they really want to isolate is John Hagee right there. They want Toon to run this ball, but don't bring it in here. Keep the ball out here to make the catch, and watch Toon. As you see him get inside Kirby Jackson, keep the ball wide. Stay away from John Hagee, because if he comes in there, it's an interception. See that nice little move? Makes a nice catch, a nice run, and a finer spike.
Thurman Thomas came back out. Now, apparently that knee's bothering again him out after he's in for one play. Kelly stands in, downfield throwing again. Kelly is errant, trying to hit the deep ball. He's going to a tight end, Keith McKellar.
A little bit of pressure put on.
Plus, there's a hold against the Bills on the same play.
The worst penalty I've ever seen happen to an offense, one when you hate coming back into the huddle.
Holding, number 51 offense, 10 yards, still 2nd down.
Jim Richer, the left guard, the very good one, called for the hold.
It's such a bad penalty. You go downfield and you make a great catch or you make a great run, holding will knock the wind out of your sails every single time. It just puts you in a hole that you can't get out of.
Halftime, we better send somebody down to the Jet locker room and check under behind those face masks. These might be different guys than were out there.
They're playing hard, and that's the thing that Coach Cosley said, that they are playing extremely hard.
We have our shortcomings, but one of them is an effort. He said, win or lose, they give it all they got. Another marker's down at the snap of the ball. And a 2nd down and 18 play from the 31. Delay a game. Bills didn't get the playoff in time. Marv Levy, a stickler for the fine points, won't be pleased with that. Levy, as we pointed out at the outset, was very concerned that his team coming off the bye week wouldn't have their gusto.
And you can tell that they have cobwebs.
Delay a game, offense, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
It's amazing what a bye week will do to a team, as we watch Thurman Thomas limping into the dressing room, but it just throws your whole momentum off. Everything is out of whack. You want to play every week at 1 o'clock. You take a week off, it throws everything out.
Ironically, Thurman Thomas was hurt playing defense. After the interception, he made the tackle of McMillan. Kelly moving on up. He'll take it himself. And fights his way out to the 35-yard line. Kelly, an all-state linebacker in Pennsylvania. He'll hit you. They have a hard time getting him to slide.
Jim Kelly plays that position of quarterback like a linebacker. He's also tough. We talked about Ken O'Brien being a tough hombre, but Buffalo's version of Elvis, he's pretty tough too.
High school, he averaged 20 rebounds a game. He wasn't that good of a jumper, but nobody wanted to come around me.
Jim Kelly's one of those guys that you'd like to have on your team, because he is a fired up, like I mentioned earlier, he plays quarterback like a linebacker, a great team player.
He doesn't get down. He'll keep knocking away till he makes something happen. Here's a handoff and a reverse. And Kelly leads the blocking as Andre Reed is on the fly in open field, inside the 40, and out of bounds at the 39.
Makes this play, but all of a sudden there's some confusion. Next thing you know, Andre Reed is down the sideline. Not as wide as my line, but it's a nice 26-yard run. Watch McMillan come in and almost make the play. And there goes Andre Reed. Andre Reed, one of these wide receivers that is an excellent runner after he catches the ball, shows that he can run with it on a handoff also.
Reed went out of bounds, but the clock has continued to run. First down and 10 now for the Bills. Kelly, long ball, it floats. Lofton's the intended target. He gets it. James Lofton coming back at an underthrown ball. First down catch.
James Lofton, who looks as fast today as he did when he came in the league. He's in such great shape as an athlete. Watch him here. Also on Tony Starger, but watch his adjustment to the ball. He realizes it's thrown behind him. He stops and makes a great catch.
So the Bills with an answering drive now. They're way down in this game, though, to the underdog Jets, 21-7.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
For naming the Mazda MPV best in class, we'd like to thank Car and Driver. For ranking it the most trouble-free minivan, J.D. Power and Associates. For naming it one of the top 10 import buys, Motor Trend. And for making the Mazda MPV the best-selling import minivan, we'd like to thank the Abbotts, the Ackermans, the Adisheks, the Ackermans.
Mazda, it just feels right.
The Altons, the Ammermans, the Andersons.
Everybody needs some money sometime. Everybody needs some cash somehow.
Hello, dear. To send money fast by phone, call 1-800-CALL-CASH or come to any of Western Union's 16,000 convenient locations.
My sometime is now.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money.
Pittsburgh, San Francisco, the Steelers battle the 49ers. Next.
Back in Orchard Park, the Bills are driving, but they're way behind. Don Fricky with Ahmad Rashad. The Bills have won their last 3 games coming from behind. Now they're trying to do it again.
That is not the way they want to win football games. You go through a whole season, you'll take a couple of wins like that, but if you let the Jets get started like they have, that's a young team, and they believe they can win now.
Well, we'll find out what the Bills can do with 2 minutes to go in the half. Kelly, who started off poorly, has gotten very sharp throwing the ball. Dropping again. Gets time. There's the ball into the end zone. Open man. Touchdown, Buffalo. Andre Reed with his second. Pro player a season ago, Andre Reed, burning the defenders. Scott Norwood in now to try the point after. 1:56 to go in the first half. Bills, if they hit the point, they'll come back to it in 7. They do. A 21-14 game. The New York Jets are in the lead. Andre Reed with touchdown receptions from Jim Kelly for both Buffalo scores. Watch it.
This touchdown catch, they put Tony Starger in such a bad spot. There's Starger right there. Lofton will control this man right here so that when Andre Reed runs the route, he's got all this area to run it. And Tony Shudder cannot, there's no one that can cover Andre Reed like this. You watch. Now, it's man-to-man. He can go anywhere he wants to.
Well, that was a well-timed up throw, too.
Very good throw, but you lick your chops when you get in the slot, and you know that you got man-to-man coverage, and the defender is playing you inside. There's nothing else to your outside. All you got to do is hold him to the inside, let the ball throw to your outside, and it should be an easy catch, and it was.
You look at that on replay, that ball was in the air before the break. Our producer today for NBC Sports is Glenn Adamo, our director Richard Klein, and the executive producer is Terry O'Neill. And we'll be going to NFL Live. Bob Costas, Will McDonough, and O.J. Simpson. At halftime, and Eric Green, who's a 275-pound first-year tight end with the Steelers. You'll be seeing many of you, Will, in the second game against the 49ers will be featured. That big boy has, what's he caught? 5 in the last 2 games, 5 touchdown passes.
I've seen all 5 of them. I've had the Steelers games, and he reminds me of Charles Barkley on a football team. He has moves, quick feet, great hands, and just to think that Chuck Noll said, now he can't help us.
Chuck Noll, he's coming in too late.
I think he could have came whenever he wanted to because he is a force.
Brister says it's so big, he just screens off the defenders. Just put it to the right side, you got to score. Eric Green, the feature at halftime, and you'll see him in the second game, any of you, when the Steelers go against the 49ers at Candlestick. Now the Bills kick off. Terrence Mathis, a very fast rookie, tries to break it back for the Jets and gets to the 25-yard line. Mark Pike, 94, made the special teams tackle for the Bills. As we now check the Xerox 10-minute ticker. Broncos continue to lead the Colts in the second quarter at Indianapolis. The Skins playing at home up on the Eagles 7-0 at RFK in Washington. Houston has come back to take the lead on New Orleans, and Houston's got some offense. Warren Moon having a sensational year. Leads the NFL with 16 touchdown passes in the first 6 games.
They said that's what that run and shoot would do, and Houston is proving it.
Now the Jets have to contend with the crowd, and the nice throw downfield by Ken O'Brien. Put it right where it had to be, just off the ground, and Rob Moore, that standout rookie, makes the reception. They're going to rule it on a one-hop now, negating it.
Well, I said earlier, you got to have a reputation. Had that been Al Toon, they probably would have gave it to him, but there you see Rob Moore, a big, strong receiver, making a little turn-in, and it's awful close. You need a reputation. Go to the Pro Bowl one time, they count that one.
Bills looking to force a turnover. 1:47 to play. O'Brien on 2nd and 10. Quick timing throw. Just off the hands of Al Toon. Not much time Chris Hale was defending. Interesting player. Not big, but he can play. 5'6". Roslett now calling the offensive signals.
I'm very impressed with this Jet coaching staff.
Yeah, they're good. The players really respond to them. That's the key.
They really do. And you know, even though they have their ups and downs, they're having a lot of fun. They're working together, and they're all in it together. That's what you want in the coaching staff. One that doesn't point fingers. It's us against them.
O'Brien needs 10 yards on 3rd down. Smith gets him. Look at Bruce Smith. The manhandler.
If you get a 10-yard drop, chances are the man who's going to drop you is Bruce Smith, and they are not booing here in Orchard Park. They are saying Bruce.
I think, Ahmad, this game has turned.
There's Bruce Smith on Criswell talking to a lot of people. Anthony Munoz, who's considered the best tackler in the business, could not handle this man. So therefore, Jeff Criswell can't handle him either. Bruce Smith, a great athlete. I spent some time with the Philadelphia 76ers last week, and Johnny Dawkins told me that he played against Bruce in high school, and he was a force in basketball, averaged 21 points a game. And Bruce told me he had a chance to play college basketball, but he thought that he had a better career playing football, and I think he certainly proved that.
This guy's a smart guy, too, Bruce Smith. He really helps his teammates, shows them a lot of things that they can do off of what he does. I'm going to be here. Now, you come there, and something's going to happen. Darryl Talley's played behind him. Hasn't been to the Pro Bowl, but he should. He leads the Bills in tackles every year.
And they say that Darryl Talley is the glue that keeps this defense together. He is so steady.
Buffalo's going to get it back. 1:40 on the first half clock as Prokop is in to punt. The Bills specialize in blocking kicks. They don't get to this one, and Prokop hits a beauty. Chris Hale at his 45 does the right thing and takes it right up the gut and back over the midfield line to the 47-yard line. Kelly will have over a minute and a half now to work with the wind at his back. Jets have had 14-point leads twice in this game. They led 14-0 and 21-7.
The thing the Jets can't afford to do is to let down.
So Jim Kelly, as we have a timeout on the field, comes to the sideline with the Jets holding a 7-point lead.
We had all come to enjoy the game that Sunday, but by some chance a rude guy came along. He was drinking and swearing. The fans were getting angry. This guy did not know right from wrong. So the people all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. The people all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
I'm Nolan Krabner. When we root for our team, we can all be winners if we leave the action to the players on the field and not in the stands. Don't you rock the boat.
The fans don't like a spoiler. They want to keep the game on a happy note. Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
I'm Jim Kelly, quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, asking you not to rock the boat. Remember to be courteous and considerate to your fellow fans. Don't party too hard before or during the game, and drive home safely after the game. Don't you rock the boat.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
Kick off your night on NBC and play McMillions. You could win at least $1 million when you watch the Super Bloopers and New Practical Jokes. Then, multi-award-winning stage, screen, and television actress Angela Lansbury stars in an NBC world premiere movie, The Love She Sought. And Burt Reynolds, rap artist MC Hammer, comedian Sandra Bernhardt, and designer Polona Picasso go one-on-one. It's First Person with Maria Shriver tonight on NBC.
I was at an MC Hammer concert and ran into Maria Shriver. I thought she was just there trying to learn how to dance.
Oakland A's bat boy of years past. They could have used him again. Look at this play as they go to Don Smith on a draw, and he's down to the 35-yard line. Yet D reading pass all the way, and the Bills go to the run as they quickly align without a huddle, a 12-yard gain. 1:16 to play in the first half. Kelly, an experienced veteran, working calmly, dumps it off up the middle. They're going to get more. It's taken by Kenneth Davis inside the 25-yard line, and the clock ticks down to 1:03 to play. 11-yard gain as the Bills have come alive and really keyed up their crowd.
A lot of times when you're in this prevent defense like that, it doesn't work well against a seasoned veteran quarterback like Jim Kelly, because Jim Kelly is just picking it apart. A lot of times in that prevent, you leave so much area open underneath that if you have players like the Buffalo Bills do that, you can dump the ball off and let them run. It really can just put holes in a prevent defense. I used to hate to see the prevent defense come on the field because I always thought prevent defenses prevent you from winning.
Seems to more than help you.
It does, because they're playing, one of those bend, don't break defenses where everybody's playing off, letting you catch the ball underneath you. But if you got guys that can catch it underneath you and run with it, it puts all the pressure on the defense.
Bruce Coslet now sees his defense tested. They have a new defensive coordinator with the Jets and the Vikings, Pete Carroll. He says the talent here is better than they've performed so far. When they come together under this system, this is going to be a lot better D. Right now, Kelly ready to attack it, dumps it off again. Kenneth Davis on the run. He's inside the 15-yard line. He's down to the 12 as the game clock is running with 53 seconds to play. Kyle Clifton makes the tackle again. So Kelly now, that old adage about taking what the defense gives you, just dumps it up the middle.
That's right. You take your receivers, you send them deep, and you dump it over to the running backs right underneath the line of scrimmage.
Kelly again, end zone throw. Off the hands of James Lofton, stopping the clock with 34 seconds to play.
Jim Kelly is one of those quarterbacks that loves these situations. Here he puts the ball where only James Lofton can catch it, and he almost comes up with a great catch.
Second down comes up now for the Bills. They trail the Jets 21-14. Into the end zone, and the ball is tipped away. Don Smith was wide open, and Michael Mays almost had the ball. Number 23, Michael Mays, an extra defensive back, made the play on the ball. He almost had it.
And watch Jim Kelly after this throw. He expects Smith to break over the middle of the field. It's just a little play where you run up the seam and then bring it towards the post. And watch Kelly. Here you see him. There you go. Run that ball over there by the post, man. You got a touchdown.
Kelly now with 11 attempts and 7 completions.
He just started to warm up in the second quarter, because the first quarter they didn't have the ball hardly at all. Kelly now starting to get in a groove.
128 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here's a throw, and it's off the hands of McKellar. It was where it needed to be. Hit him in a bad place.
That's a touchdown. That is a touchdown. When you want to play championship football, you have to make catches like this. Kelly put this ball right on him. Very nice drop, nice throw, right through his hands. You got to catch that ball.
Kelly, in his 5th year with Buffalo after his career in the USFL, 8th year in pro football, hasn't lost anything off his fastball.
He's gotten better. He has become more cagey, more knowledgeable, and knows how to work a defense.
Now field goal attempt. Spun up and good by Scott Norwood, and so with 22 seconds to play in the first half, the Bills rally from a 14-point deficit, and they now trail the Jets 21-17.
The Jets
might be one of those last at bats.
Yeah, the Jets, they dodged a bullet right there, because Buffalo could have easily scored, and going into halftime, that would have been a huge boost. So by the Jets just giving them 3 points, they still can go and try to rally. They've got to play better in the second half, but at least they dodged that bullet and go in leading.
80,000, the Bills numerous times have led the National Football League in attendance, and Bruce Coslett coming in here for the first time as head coach of the Jets, but he knows this place well. As offensive coordinator of the Bengals last December, the Bengals were destroyed here in Buffalo by your man Bruce Smith.
Buffalo can put it together and has put it together in the past, and now they're at a point in their careers that they feel like they should be in the Super Bowl. But in order to do that, they've got to go out and play businesslike on some weeks and just win a game that way. You can't count on being all fired up every single week to go out and win a football game, because there are going to be a lot of weeks where you just have to go out businesslike and take the game away.
Talking to the Bills coaches about the 49ers, they said that's what's so great about the 49ers. He said they're so consistent. He said they show up and play hard in every down. They're confident. He said they really are the consummate professionals.
The big plays are a matter of fact of business. It's not something that you just go crazy over a big play. You start to expect them over a period of time. And all great teams, they come up with big plays every week.
And you'll see the world champion 49ers on many of these stations as part of the NBC doubleheader against the Steelers in the second game, as now Boyer, an up back, gets the kickoff. And O'Brien has some time to work. He's been throwing the ball well. 16 seconds left in the first half.
And he's got some targets, too. When you talk to these players on Buffalo and ask them about this Jet team, the talent positions, they have talent everywhere. They got Toon, they got Moore. They have a chance to really beat you if you mess around and let Ken O'Brien have some time to throw the ball. He certainly has targets. Biggest receiving corps maybe in the league.
He's sending some big people out to the left now. Al Toon and Chris Burkett, the former Bill, deployed out, as is Mathis. He's the slot back, third man up. O'Brien with a deep drop. Here comes the rush. Whoa! Caught his own pass for a loss of 7 yards. Jets will take their winnings and bail out. You know, O'Brien. It's not easy to do.
You know, having a little laugh at that, he drops back and can't find anybody downfield, so he throws it to himself.
Very nicely done, really.
That's a nice one. And you know, had he not caught that ball, Leon Seals was over there, and if he'd have caught it, they might have been going the other way.
It's unlikely, though, how they're going to put that in the playbook. But the Jets, a big underdog, looking good. They haven't beaten the Bills since the opening game of the '87 season. They have since lost 6 straight times to Buffalo. NFL Live is coming up next. And we'll be right back after these messages from your local station. 25 to the 28-yard line. Nobody left his head on the field. There's a loose jet helmet, and people start up after the play. Chris Burkett, the former Bill, was down to make the play, number 87. Jim Kelly, who started slow, then got hot, threw for 2 touchdowns in the first half, both to wide receiver Andre Reed.
When Marv Levy was asked the difference in his team playing so much better in the second half, he said it's probably his halftime speeches. Well, he probably had to make one here because this team certainly started slowly. But I don't expect them to finish as slow as they started.
Jets continue to lead the game, though, 21-17 in perfect playing conditions. Upfield run now by Kenneth Davis, who's in for the banged-up Thurman Thomas. Thomas injured his right knee making a tackle of Jet defender Eric McMillan after McMillan had intercepted a pass. Came in for one play, then had to go back out to Thurman Thomas.
All good football teams, when they start to have a problem or they want to get something started, they start running the football. Because this game, this is a physical game. And anytime you want to try to dominate somebody, you want to run the ball right between the tackles.
Second down, a long 5. Jim Kelly and the Bills as they go to the run, and Mueller gets ahead to the 34-yard line. Got 2. Going to bring up third down and about 4. Penalty markers down, though, as the play comes back. Bruce Coslett, the Jets coach, talks about the Bills amount. He said they've got great players at all the places you have to have them to be a big winner. Quarterback, running back, receiver, pass rusher, and linebacker.
Number 23, offense. Penalty is declined. Third down.
When you've got great players like that, they've got to come to play. It's very nice to have that reputation to be able to look at that on paper, but if you don't get that effort every single Sunday, you'll be looking at somebody else playing when your season's all over with.
Now Kelly on 3rd and 4 makes a throw. It's way errant. Running a post pattern across the middle of the field with Andre Reed, and Kelly threw to the outside. Bills were fortunate that wasn't picked off by a corner.
Anytime you knock a ball up in the air, the chances of it being intercepted go way up. But this is just a pattern that, it's a little stop pattern by the wide receiver, and he has the option of going in and out. Kelly read the out, Andre Reed read the in, and the ball was incomplete.
Rick Tootin is in to punt.
One of his nicknames is Darn.
Came in here, they had some problems with punting. John's kid, they let go, and he let the San Diego's hitting it well. Tootin booms one. Rookie Terrence Mathis way back inside the 15, but he can go. Penalty marker down. This one's coming back. An illegal block by the Jets. And another one. Carlton Bailey, 54, was the man who finally made the tackle.
Darn Tootin blasted that one.
51 yards, he boomed it. They drafted a punter, John Neese, in the 6th round, but he couldn't kick in the pros like he did in college, and he's back in San Diego at the present time enjoying the beach.
Somehow that happens. The kickers and also not only punters, but kickers also that are just so accurate in college and get up here and it goes away.
We got an illegal block in the back. Number 45 during the return. First down, New York.
To the right of your screen, you see Scargill who's having such a tough day. He's been beaten for a couple of touchdowns, and now he gets a clipping call.
Now the crowd kicks in. First and 10, the Jets with the long field to go. Out ball, thrown and dropped by Blair Thomas. Thrown by O'Brien, dropped by Blair Thomas. It's interesting when I was talking to Bill Polian at practice, the general manager of the Buffalo Bills, and regarded as one of the most astute personnel men in pro football. He said if the Bills had the #1 draft choice, and if he came out after his junior year, they'd make the rocket or give Ismail the #1 pick.
I think there'd be a lot of teams around this in the National Football League that make me the Rocket the #1 pick. When you talk about astute man football, the Jets also have one in Dick Steinberg.
I expect that'll be the difference. 2 drafts, I think. Steinberg, one of the best also. Here is a handoff, and trying to bounce wide is Blair Thomas, and somehow he gets ahead for plus yardage. He got to the 11-yard line on a 2nd and 10 play. Watch him double up Bruce Smith here.
Well, one of the things that you want to do, because Bruce follows plays so well, is every now and then you want to run the ball right at him. And you see there's 2 people blocking Bruce, and he's still near the tackle. He has come to expect this. He said the 2 weeks really worked out well for him because he was all beat up. He had a knee surgery in the offseason. His knee finally has come around, and that 2-week rest took him back up to 100%.
They're down. Markers go down as O'Brien throws an incomplete ball, trying to throw an angled pass to the near sideline to Al Toon. Nate Odoms was defending on the play. Nate Odoms, quoted in the Buffalo News this morning, as saying he believes he's the best one-on-one cover in the NFL.
If a cornerback doesn't believe that, then who will? I guarantee you, even though Tony Stargell has been beaten a bunch of times, he still thinks that he's one of the top cornerbacks. Of course, at some point...
He might be a little shaky now,
At some point, reality must set in, but... You know, a cornerback, you're going to get beat. I mean, that's one of those positions where you have to be resilient. You got to get beat, and you got to come right back and play as tough as you did the time before.
Well, when you're new, the first thing to do is put an experienced, solid pro running pattern benches, showing his stuff maybe you haven't seen yet. Now O'Brien on 3rd down and 12. Markers down again as O'Brien dumps it off just before Bruce Smith blasts him in the end zone. Who was blocking at the knees, Boyer on Bruce Smith, woke a sleeping giant.
Sometimes you better leave Bruce alone. Here comes Bruce. He's by Boyer. Nobody touches him. You see, that's tremendous quickness.
Defense, 5 yards, 3rd down.
And they call Bruce for being offsides. I guess that helps with the quickness if you start off a little bit early.
That last play, Boyer gave Bruce Smith that Matador block, waved him right on through.
He certainly did. I don't think Boyer wants much to do with Bruce Smith.
The manhandler, there he is.
And Bruce looks like he's hurting a little bit out there.
He's doing some hurting. Early in the 3rd quarter, O'Brien on 3rd down. Good throw to Mathis, and the Jets have a 1st down out to the 25-yard line. Leonard Smith, the tackler, a 14-yard gain on the play. This young man set all the NCAA receiving records at New Mexico, Terrence Mathis. Not big, very fast.
Not only fast, but extremely quick. And he's in with a group of receivers like Rob Moore and Al Toon. And that stuff is catchy. When we got a great receiver, Al Toon leads the group, and they follow his lead. That always happens. You got one great receiver, and all of a sudden the other receivers go up about 2 notches.
Jets working hard. Johnny Hector fighting for yardage on a 1st and 10 carry. He got ahead to the 30-yard line, a gain of 5 yards.
This Jet team in the past have not played well in the second half, but they are definitely getting better. You listen to Bruce Codlett talk and say they're getting better, and you watch Johnny Hector here just find the hole, and that's what he does as good as anybody. He has great vision to find the spot to run the ball.
Second down. Gets me 5, and Freeman McNeil puts on that burst, turning upfield, and he's ahead for a 1st down, and the marker's down.
Leonard Smith with the tackle. There's a flag down.
Freeman McNeil still has that burst in his 10th year from UCLA.
He certainly does, and a very emotional player that gets this offensive huddle fired up.
Signal against the Bills.
You get a player like Freeman who's been around for 10 years. He cannot wait 5 years for this team to get better. He wants to win right now.
Let's watch this now. We have a holding call. We'll take a look at it.
Illegal use of the hands. Number 47 defense.
Kirby
Attack
Jackson.
on penalty. 1st down.
That's from the end zone replay.
Kirby Jackson, you see right there, pushing. He's got his hand on the face mask there. You see him trying to ward off the block, and he's got his hand caught all up in the face mask, something that you can't do. The official is right on the spot and fires that yellow flag at him.
So the Jets drive on, leading 21-17. That's how it stood at the half. He who hesitates. And there's a loss on the play. Back to the 42-yard line. Leon Seals and Ray Bentley on the tackle.
One of the few times you'll ever see Freeman McNeil make a hesitation. He usually, and he hasn't played a lot. In his defense, he has just not played a lot. A back has to run the ball a lot of times in order to make these right decisions. But you see Freeman, to his left is where he wants to go. He makes the cut back right into the defender. But the more Freeman plays, the more effective Freeman will be. And Cossack said, we have to get Freeman in the game.
Out pattern, Al Toon with the reception, then puts a move on and gets down to the 45-yard line. Al Toon doing all the right things, gets a first down for the Jets. As we now check the Hertz 10-minute ticker. Denver continues to lead the Indianapolis Colts 17-10. Redskins with that touchdown holding up against the Eagles at Washington. Houston, after trailing 3-0, high-scoring Oilers with that run and shoot. Warren Moon pulling the trigger. Leading New Orleans. Tampa Bay continues to lead Dallas. And the Jets continue to lead Buffalo 21-17. Third quarter. 10:05 to play in it. First down Jets, and markers go down. Brad Baxter was the carrier, and Bruce Smith was the tackler.
False start. 61 offense. 5 yards, still first down.
We talked about a great player playing in front of you. The last thing you want to do is let him get the jump on you. And there you see Criswell with just a little quick jump. And Bruce Smith causes that. There are so many things that a great player can cause to go wrong with your offense that you never even think about. He's already caused 2 offsides penalties. He's also caused 3 guys on this Jet offensive line to not sleep last night, worrying about trying to block him. So he really has an effect on an offense.
Big one. Now on first and 15, O'Brien with an 8-yard drop. Another marker. Incomplete ball at the 44-yard line. Eltoon was the intended receiver. Bruce Smith saying they held me. Officials saying, yeah, they held you. So the Jets fire and fall back. Jeff Criswell.
He's looking for some help from anybody.
He's had a lifetime of Bruce Smith.
Holding. 61 offense. 10 yards. First down.
You see Criswell, a lot of times he gets that arm caught up in there. That was, that's questionable there. That is a little bit questionable. He just had his arm inside. It wasn't a blatant hold.
The right thing to do. You've got to hold him. You can't block him.
If you care anything for your quarterback, if he's your friend, you just don't let him go.
Only holding if you get caught. Ben O'Brien, he's still alive, not like in college ball. The knee was down, but nobody touched him. Aaron pass to Freeman McNeil on a first and 25 play.
O'Brien, you see him trip coming back. Just trips, he's down, but he can still get up and make the play. A little bit high over to Freeman McNeil, and these are the kinds of things that really cause an offense to explode. O'Brien's 9 for 17, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He needs a little bit more of that right now.
And he hasn't turned it over. Kelly's been intercepted once, and that led to a Jet touchdown. O'Brien, play fakes, long look. Second and 25, and a strike down to the 40. A beautifully thrown ball as he gets it to Rob Moore, who was actually recruited by Syracuse as a basketball player before he was recruited as a football player. He was an all-Long Island player and all-state player in New York.
Yeah, watch Rob Moore at the bottom of your screen running man-to-man on Odoms, and he's such a big, strong receiver. He runs him off. Watch him come back to the ball. Nice grab, and Odoms there for the tackle, but when you got a big body like Rob Moore, you protect the body, protect the ball with your body. That's just like a rebound. 3 receptions, 47 yards. I told him I left that name for him. That was his legacy.
Ahmad, the the former Bobby Moore. Here's a downfield throw, and it is right on target to Al Toon. Maybe the best throw of the day by Ken O'Brien. A double team on Al Toon, and O'Brien leads him in full stride for a 25-yard gain.
A great play by Ken O'Brien. Al Toon just takes off. It's just a straight go pattern. Watch this ball. Right in stride. Great catch there by Toon, but give credit to Ken O'Brien for putting that ball where only Toon could catch it. There's another shot of it. Nice play by the Jets. That's a little pitch and catch, we call that.
Little pitch and catch, and Nate Odoms was victimized. He was covering on the play, or trying to. Al Toon having a big day. So the Jets with a 4-point lead. Not a scoring challenge here in the third quarter. Blair Thomas with blockers in front. Takes it down to the 12-yard line. He got a couple. Bruce Smith, as fast as anybody out there, ran him down.
Defensive linemen don't do this. They don't. They rush the passer, and that's it. Watch Bruce Smith just come straight down the line of scrimmage. He's trying to get over and get in. Oh, it makes the tackle. It just, you know, it just doesn't happen. There was only one lineman I can ever remember that would make tackles down the field, and that was Alan Page, who was in the Hall of Fame. And I have a feeling before Bruce Smith is finished, he'll be in there also.
He's got a big jump on Canton in his 6th year from Virginia Tech. O'Brien makes the throw, and it's incomplete at the 3-yard line. Nate Odoms stripped the ball that time from Dale Dawkins, a first-year player from Miami of Florida.
Hey, Nate Odoms, being the premier cornerback that he is, has this man man-to-man. Dawkins should have pushed him up the field a little bit more and then come across the field. You have to separate yourself from that cornerback. And the only way you do that is you take the ball up the field first and then break into the post. If you just run in there like that, it gives the defensive back a chance to run underneath and knock the ball down.
Crowd comes alive now. Jets need 7 on 3rd down. They lead the game 21-17. O'Brien down to the end zone, and it's overthrown, and he'll now set up a field goal try. Pretty much point-blank range for the very consistent Pat Leahy.
The Jets, the Bills did a great job of disguising that defense. What they thought, the Jets thought they had Dawkins on Odoms, and you got a big height mismatch. And they wanted to throw that fade pattern, but by the time they snapped the ball, Odoms dropped back, and it was more of a zone coverage. They weren't able to get that man-to-man coverage that they were looking for.
Bills are among the best at blocking field goals. They put a lot of effort in that. But Leahy drives it through, the 17-year veteran, who says old place kickers never die. They just go on missing the point. But he's been hitting them time after time to make it a 24-7.
The Toyota versus the Isuzu standard pickup. If Earth were invaded by giant reptiles, which would be better prepared? Get out of here!
Well, first of all, the Isuzu gets better mileage than Toyota. That's helpful. Plus, it has the biggest payload in its class, so it can carry more. All in all, when the giant lizards come, I'd rather be in an Isuzu.
Because it even has more legroom. The Isuzu pickup at just $7,779, there's no comparison.
Dean Witter believed in priorities.
Know why your clients are saving. Know why they're investing.
Okay, come on, folks.
At some point, it's college. Later on, retirement. But Dean Witter knows that often the highest priorities are all the things that happen in between.
Is there anything else you want?
Just the first dance.
There are many ways to measure success.
We measure success one investor at a time.
You've been up in the air for hours. Now you gotta make up the time.
Aren't you glad Hertz has a faster, easier way to rent a car? #1 Club Gold. No paperwork, no stopping at counters, nothing to slow you down.
Hertz, we're America's wheels.
You go straight to our Gold parking area, where your car is waiting, ready to go.
I'm gonna make it.
Hertz, we're America's
It's the fastest way to rent a car.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Isuzu. For features, styling, and price, there's no comparison. By Dean Witter. There are many ways to measure success. Dean Witter measures success one investor at a time. And by Norelco Lift and Cut Shavers. for a new level of closeness and comfort.
Back at Rich Stadium, the Jets have extended their lead now to 7 points, 24-17 on the field goal. Here's the kickoff, and Don Beebe comes back on the fly as a marker is thrown in.
Beebe with a return.
Another game, another sellout for the Buffalo Bills, 80,000, as we see a holding call against one of the kick blockers. Trying to block for the kick returner, Coach Levy, who's a special teams proponent. He started with George Allen in the National Football League with the Redskins team that went to the Super Bowl.
Holding, 54, during the run back, first down.
Got Carlton Bailey. He's done a lot of good things today, Big Carlton. Not here.
You watch Carlton Bailey right in the center of your screen. Yeah, that's a lasso shot right there. Just ropes him, pulls him down. When you hold a guy, you got to hold him all the way to the ground. Maybe you can get away with it. But the Jets, awful impressive with that second half drive. 13 plays, 81 yards. They held the ball for 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Now Kelly comes out pitching from deep in his own end. And again, the ball sails, but he gets it there. And Andre Reed holds his position with both feet inbounds for a first down catch. Looked like an overthrow, and Reed made the play for a 12-yard gain. Perfect throw.
Andre Reed, because he's got so much speed, and he's in that slot position now. That's for receivers fight to play in this position because there's nobody covering you. You take the outside guy, and he runs everybody off, and then you just sort of can take your time and find the wide open spot. I remember when I was playing with Sammy White, we used to fight to get in that slot because that's the easiest place to get open.
Reed, very workmanlike approach. He said, they pay me to make big plays. He's been making ever since he came here. Here's a lame duck. It's caught by Andre Reed. That's unbelievable. Kelly's ball caught the wind. I think somebody might have got his arm, and Kelly was holding his right arm, but it appears to be all right. An 18-yard gain on the play. Take an end zone look here, Ahmad.
You see right here at the end of this play, but once again, Andre Reed running in that slot position. James Lofton keeps his man covering him, and all of a sudden when you run there out, there's nobody underneath you to defend against the pass. There's only a guy on your inside.
Six minutes and 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. Jets lead by 7. On first down, a home run ball. Timing looks good. It's on target to James Lofton, and he goes in. Touchdown. James Lofton, 34 years old. He hasn't lost a step and still has the great hands as Kelly led him perfectly. A 60-yard touchdown play. And if Norwood can hit the point after we have a tie game, we do. It's 24 all. So the Bills strike with the long play, and when we come back, the Bills kick off.
To introduce Isuzu's new Rodeo, we've placed it and Toyota's 4Runner in this campground to see which is better for family fun.
Sure, the Rodeo has more horsepower and rear anti-locking brakes, but another key difference is that only the Rodeo seats 6.
So, combined with its price, thousands less than 4Runner, we see that only in a Rodeo, no one gets stung.
The new Isuzu Rodeo, at just $12,499, there's no comparison.
Now, Norelco has taken a razor that was seemingly perfect and made it better by giving you a new level of closeness without giving up any of our legendary comfort. Norelco's patented lift and cut system has been improved to lift each hair and cut it even closer without the blades touching your skin, giving you an even closer shave with the same incredible comfort. The new Norelco, a whole new level of closeness and comfort.
The product. The proving grounds. The results. STP gas treatment is the edge.
Only one antiperspirant in the world helps keep you so dry with the cool, clean scent of Old Spice. Only one deodorant in the world has so many odor-fighting ingredients with the cool, clean scent of Old Spice. There's only one Old Spice.
Join hosts Ahmad Rashad and Julie Moran for the Inside Stuff.
When you try to defense this play, James Lofton has been running down the field all day, and this is the guy that's been hurting you. So my man right here, Eric McMillan, has to be conscious of him and him. But what happens is, with the speed of Lofton running down the sideline, McMillan gets caught up and really can't stay deep. You watch McMillan back up. No one should be any deeper than him. A great throw. Lofton catches the back end of the football and just is off to the races. Just a great throw and a great catch by James Lofton.
5 times an All-Pro player with the Green Bay Packers. The Bills got him off the street. He was a free agent, cut by the Raiders. Mathis runs it back now for the Jets on the ensuing kickoff. James Williams, 31, the Bills' #1 draft choice, made the coverage.
This is what you want to get, a mismatch. James Lofton with just a hesitation move, and now it's just a flat-out race. But the great play here is the ball being thrown right on the numbers. It stretched him out. John Booty just can't stay in there and cover James Lofton, but a great pass by Jim Kelly.
Thing of beauty, as you pointed out about catching the back end of the ball. Brad Baxter, a battering ram back, takes it at the Bills for a few yards out to the 29-yard line as we check the Hertz 10-minute ticker. Denver trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Washington trying to rebound from a loss to the Giants. Houston, we saw them last week. Warren Moon, he looks unbelievable in this run and shoot. That offense is going to get better.
They say it either looks great or it blows up in your face, and they've made it look great.
Warren Moon is made for it. Makes all the reads. Here's a 2nd down and 7 play. Out to the 33-yard line. Thurman Thomas is going to get the rest of the day off after banging his right knee.
Once you go in the locker room and put that earring on, I think you're done for the day.
And the watch. You got it. Not too many guys play with that watch on.
No.
Jets one had a free agent trial with his watch on, and Weave Eubank immediately cut him. Hand off to Hector, and he's taken down at the 35-yard line. On 3rd down and 3, the Bills shut it down, so the Jets have to punt the ball.
And Bruce Smith was the driving force there, coming from the right side of the line. Just sliced through to put pressure on the play.
And a linesman of mine has thrown a marker on the play.
Bruce Smith always around.
Offside, number 31 defense, lined up in the neutral zone, 5 yards.
Get a first down. James Williams, the rookie, lined up in the neutral zone, and they take him out of the game.
And that will make Marv Levy extremely upset as he meets him coming off the field.
Well, he's coming off just because the nickel package is coming out. The regular base defense goes back in, but he will have something to say to him.
Certainly, those are little mistakes. Those are the kind of things, those are mental errors. Old Bud Grant used to say, you know, I can go up in the stands and get somebody out there to make that kind of mistake. It takes no talent to line up off sides.
4:35 to go, 3rd quarter. High game, 24-all. Ken O'Brien, if he's calling for quiet, just summon the crowd to rise up. Way deep. Lets it fly. Toon is open, and look at the catch by Al Toon, then he lost it. He almost came down with an Ahmad Rashad, that one-hander that you love so well.
Yeah, this is Al Toon coming all the way from the other side, just runs underneath the defense. He's supposed to just find a spot. As he's running, he's trying to find a spot. Now, O'Brien comes to him a little bit late. The ball's thrown a little bit behind him. He gets one hand on it and almost able to make the weekly highlight films, but just doesn't pull it off. It's a great effort by Al Toon.
Almost answering Lofton's sensational catch. Now the Jets have second down, and they need 10 coming up. Long ball downfield. Bit overthrown. O'Brien still strong of arm. He was looking at Al Toon the other way.
He was hoping that Al Toon could, he had a man-to-man coverage here on the bump and run, and he wanted Al to go outside the coverage. And Al went inside the coverage, and he throws the ball down along the sideline. Toon not able to get back out there to make the catch. The thing is, when you come inside, you run the risk of running into that safety. O'Brien 11 for 23, 2 touchdowns, and still no interceptions. That's the key figure there. Those interceptions will really kill you.
Now the Bills' pass rush will be coming. It'll be coming hard on 3rd down and 10. High game, 24 all third quarter. Downfield throw, and it's overthrown. Excellent coverage by the Bills. Nate Odoms and Chris Hale. They had Smoon doubled and cordoned off. So Prokop has to punt the ball as they could not make the connection. O'Brien to Toon. Chris Hale is back now, 5'7", and slam dunk a basketball from Southern California. Very fine player, undersized. Here's the kick downfield, takes a bounce back at the Jets, and now Hale wisely lets it roll and gets a jet roll. Look at the wind get it. It's a trick ball. Much wind of it. That's a good move. They finally down the ball.
Very good move by Hale, and a bad move by the Jets staying so close around it. I mean, it could have hit any one of them.
Look at that paper swirling down the field. The flags don't tell you anything here because they go every which way. A 53-yard punt. And it leaves the Bills with the long field to go, although the last time they went the long field in a hurry.
They said we'd never make it, that you were too headstrong and I too set in my ways. But we fooled them, didn't we, Maggie? 10 years ago today, and I wouldn't trade one crazy minute of it. Our baby girl, my measly raise, our little fights over money, the laughs, the whole 9 yards. So sit yourself down and give me your hand just one more time, Maggie.
We're here on Easter Island to introduce the monumental new Isuzu Stylus. How does it compare to the Toyota Camry? Let's see what the gods think. The Stylus, with its Lotus Tune suspension, handles better and is just as roomy. Yet the Toyota cost hundreds more. The gods aren't too crazy about that. The new Isuzu Stylus at just $11,299. There's no comparison.
It's back! The Domino's Pepperoni Pizza Feast is back! More pepperoni and extra cheese for only $7.99. And another one for just $4 more. But only for a limited time. Call now.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head & Shoulders. Then I tried Selsun Blue. Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than Head & Shoulders. And doctors recommend it more than Head & Shoulders, Denerex, and Tegrin.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue.
Only one event in the sport of kings features 7 championship races, $10 million, and can truly be called America's Day at the Races. The Breeders' Cup, the championship of thoroughbred racing, next Saturday on NBC.
It's a doubleheader day on NBC Sports. Most of you see the Steelers with the #1 defense in the American Conference going against the world champions, still unbeaten in 1990, the San Francisco 49ers. Some of you will see the Raiders go against the Chargers at San Diego. And that'll be a street fight.
Well, Bill Walsh has told every defensive coordinator how to beat the 49ers to see if anybody was paying attention.
Here's Mueller on a first down carry, riding along with tacklers and gets out close for a first down. He did get one. 11 yards are going to spot it down at the first down for the Bills. Al Clifton finally rode him down.
Talking to Eric McMillan before the game, I said, who worries you? He said, Jamie Mueller. because he is a load coming through that line, and he's also got a lot of speed. You saw that explosiveness right there in that last play.
Game clock running, 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play third quarter. High game, 24 off. Kelly on first down this time. The Jets read Mueller all the way and stick him. Joe Mott, second-year outside linebacker from Iowa, number 51, hit him. Joe looks like a football player.
He certainly does, and plays like one. This is a very fine play.
Snarl going.
Yeah, it comes on the left side of your screen, gets by the guy trying to block him, and makes the play. A lot of times players are in position to make the play and can't pull it off. Mott with a fine play there. Bruce Cottle said his team has not quit, and they're showing that today. They're still playing with a lot of enthusiasm.
Joe Mott's a big one, 6'4", 250. Jets say the Bills brought them in motion. Kelly stops the clock with 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Usually the one that points the finger first is the line.
Encroachment, number 94, defense, 5 yards, still second down.
The first guy that points the finger, 9 times out of 10 is telling a big fib.
Scott Mercereau, number 94, free agent from Southern Connecticut State. Been a good player.
Southern Connecticut State.
Seriously strong. He was second in an NFL strongman competition a couple years ago.
Well, they have to pick up cars. I don't know what.
They got to get something big. Keith McKellar, the tight end, was running the pattern. Kelly came in low to him, and that brings up third down now for Jim Kelly and the Bills. It's Kyle Clifton covers.
Kyle Clifton playing that middle linebacker spot. Right on top of that. Very nice coverage there. So he has his hands full. He not only has to make all the tackles, he's also got to cover those tight ends on short pass routes. But the NFL, there's two different kinds of strength in the NFL. There are guys that can pick up weights, and there are other guys that farm boys that just, they don't know how strong they are, but if you tell them to move the tractor, they just pick it up and move it.
Pick up people. Here's a big down now for Kelly and the Bills. Third down, they need about 6. Throw and a catch to James Lofton. A great comeback story. James Lofton, a 5-time All-Pro with the Packers, went to the Raiders. They cut him. Former All-American at Stanford who long jumped almost 28 feet.
And this is a tough catch. He knows he's going to get hit here, and when you bring that ball inside, nice hit put on him by McMillan, and Lofton still comes up with the catch. I talked to him. I said, James, I don't know how you can play so long. He said, I didn't think I'd be able to keep playing because I was playing on AstroTurf. But he said he keeps himself in shape year-round. His body feels fine, and as we've seen today, he can still run and catch.
He was a world-class track man. A lot of times guys get that label if they ran college track, but this guy was one of the best in the world at quarter mile. Here's a throw and an open man, and Smith drops the ball. Don Smith, with a perfect lead from Kelly, couldn't hold it. It'll be second down and 10.
Championship teams keep drives going by making this catch. You see, Kelly puts the ball right there, nobody inside, and his ball is just dropped.
5 yards, still first down.
Got the play over, though. A Jet lined up in the neutral zone.
It's one of those anybody in the stands penalties.
As the dial-it-down marker goes back to 1. 1:29 to go in the third quarter, and Kelly gets a nice play call. First and 5. Mueller. Thurman Thomas, the Bills' best runner, the man who took apart the Jets for 214 yards rushing a month ago, has been out of the game since early in the second quarter with a bruised right knee.
This New York Jet defensive team is taking a lot of heat. A lot of people say they're so small and they're outmanned, but they play a very swarming, quick type of defense, and they're getting better with it every single week. It's something that these coaches say, we're not going to change anything. We're just going to try to do it a lot better. And we're doing it a lot better now than we did it 2 weeks ago.
Bring a lot of people up the line of scrimmage, do the Jets side. Second down and about 5. Kelly goes down, and he's lost at the 35-yard line and a gain of a loss of about 3 yards on the play, or about 7 yards were spotted. Mercereau fell on him, so now Kelly has a long throw on 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and 12.
Here you see Jim Kelly take the snap, and as he backs up, watch this yard line marker. Reach up and grab him. Tripped him up a little bit, just got caught up on his feet and went down and put himself in a bad spot.
That's officially about a sack word form in the 2nd of the day.
Who do they give the sack to him?
Who touched him? Mercereau? Yes, Mercereau gets the sack. Houston extends its lead to 17 now over the Saints.
Easy sack.
Kelly from the shotgun. Ruts people deep now. Here comes a big rush. He dumps it off to Don Smith. And Don Smith is caught. Man, what a strike put on Smith as his helmet flew off. And the Jets hold on 3rd down.
You know when that happens, it hurts your ears. See, because the helmet is down tight on your ears. And when the helmet comes off, it just rips right by your ears. You see, this is a very nice move, but all of a sudden now he starts to look like a pinball. There's a nice little move there.
Hurts your brain a little.
Right there, a very nice hit there. Knocked that helmet off. It really, you got to ice your ears after that.
That'll do it for 3 quarters of play. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Number 10, Rick Tootin, who's hit the ball well today in his 2 previous tries. Back to punt again. And hits a line drive downfield. The ball turns over, and Harris Matthews takes it at the 21. Penalty markers down as Mathis goes down at the 32-yard line. Highly probable it's a call against the Jets. 45-yard punt and a 10-yard return. Chris Hale made the tackle. A holding call against the Jets will set them back now as we have 14:50 to play in the game. The Bills are gangbusters in the 4th quarter, as you know, Ahmad.
They have outscored their opponents 68-21.
Number 45 during the return, 10 yards, 1st down.
On the other hand, look at this stat. The Jets have been outscored 50-9 and haven't scored a touchdown in the 4th quarter. But that's all yesterday. That could turn around here today. Those kind of stats are, things that have happened to you in the past, but it has no bearing on this football game.
Jets have it 1st and 10. They've led by 14 points, have the Jets twice in this game. Johnny Hector fighting for yards on 1st down, only to the 22-yard line. Jets led 14-0 and 21-7. Bills rallied and trailed at the half, 21-17. Jets extended their lead to 24-17, then the Bills tied at 24 all, and that's how we stand now in the 4th quarter.
Jets have been sparring almost evenly with these Bills for 3+ quarters. Now, both teams are in a position to win this football game. We'll see what happens.
Mathis on an end around. He can go. And he's ahead for a 1st down as he's out to the 33-yard line.
You want to talk about the speed of Cornelius Bennett. We have been telling you how fast Mathis is all game. One of the fastest guys on this Jet team. He gets run down from behind by Cornelius Bennett. You see number 97 right in the middle of your screen. Now, watch Cornelius. He's out of the picture right here. Watch who makes this tackle. Here comes Cornelius. Now that's frightening. They say there's light at the end of the tunnel, but it's a train named Cornelius.
Now the Jets go 1st down and 10. O'Brien throws. Almost intercepted. Is intercepted by Kirby Jackson, the ex-Jet. He was victimized earlier, but he comes back to make a big play against the team that cut him. Rob Moore, the intended receiver.
It was actually Ken O'Brien's 2nd or 3rd choice. He was looking at the left side of the screen, and he comes back right at the end. Very nice move there by Rob Moore, but it's a 2nd or 3rd guy that O'Brien had to go to, and by the time he comes back, Jackson has already covered and got in front of the receiver. He was trying to go up top to Al Toon. Nobody open there, and as he turned back around, Rob Moore was open immediately, but as the play went on, Kirby Jackson able to recover.
You just said about it's either team's game to win, and now the Bills get a chance to go ahead. as they send Andre Reed on an end around, and he's inside the 40-yard line. Bills calling for a late hit, James Hasty. No flag. It's an 11-yard gain. The first down for the Bills.
What we have is the dueling reverse end-around plays here. The Jets ran theirs, and now all of a sudden, Buffalo says, anything you can do, we can do better. It's a nice play.
It's Andre Reed's second rush gained 37 yards. Bruce Coslett said before the game, the one thing we can't do to win this game is turn it over. And that was the first turnover. That interception of O'Brien by Kirby Jackson. Our eyes set. The run they go. Not much there. Now there is as Kenneth Davis fights off tacklers and gets ahead for about 4 yards.
Eric McMillan, number 22, comes and finishes that tackle off.
As we check the Hertz or the Xerox 10-minute ticker. Denver continues to lead at Indianapolis. Redskins continue to shut out the Philadelphia Eagles at Washington. Houston by 10 over New Orleans. Dallas has rallied to tie Tampa Bay. 10-10 in the fourth quarter. We're locked up here at Orchard Park, 24 all. And Davis has blockers. Kicks into that extra gear and takes it to the 21-yard line. The middle backer, number 59, Kyle Clifton, finally ran him down, but it was a gain of 12 yards.
And you see this Buffalo Bill line get started here. You got Mueller out there in front leading. Clifton wards off one blocker, turns back around, and ends up making the tackle. But once Buffalo gets this sweep going, they just, I mean, it's just almost like a snowball effect. That you get everybody out front and it just starts to roll forward and roll forward. You get a back as quick as Davis. He gets to pick a spot. And a lot of times, he'll mess around and get up inside of all that and break it for the touchdown. The longer that play goes, the chance of breaking the big run just gets bigger and bigger.
Well, they just got a good one, a 12-yard gain. The Bills looking to come from behind for a fourth consecutive week, for a fourth consecutive win. They were out of the game the past 2 weeks here at this stadium, first against the Broncos and then against the Raiders in the fourth quarter, and bang! The special teams made the big plays. Here's Kelly calling his own number, heading for the sideline, and he's down to the 12-yard line. 11-yard gain.
Very nice play by Jim Kelly. There's nobody over here on this side. Just a fake pitch. McMillan is fooled. And all of a sudden, there goes Kelly, and McMillan turns around and recovers and keeps Kelly from going any further. Kelly got to learn how to slide a little better. He came down on his knees.
Not a marathoner. He's leaking a little oil at the end of that 11-yard run.
But a big play nonetheless.
Big play. First down, first and 10 from just outside the 11-yard line. Mueller. Well, that took some deft ball handling to get the ball to Mueller as he hit the pocket quickly. Kyle Clifton was waiting for him, but he talked about that strength that McMillan talked to you about He shows it here.
And watch his body lean. Mueller gets the ball. Watch him just start leaning forward. Very hard to stop a guy like that from getting negative yardage because he's always going forward towards that goal line, and he is big and strong. We're talking about the difference of some people being strong with weights and other people being able to just pick up big objects. I think Mueller's one of those guys who just pick up whatever he wanted to. Big, strong man.
Second down and 6 for the first down. Second and 7 for a touchdown. Kelly looks, loops it. Too much. Had an open man in Keith McKellar, but Kelly's pitch was high.
A lot of times you try to throw a ball with a little finesse and take a little bit off of it. You almost got to just fire that ball at the guy. Jim tried to just loft it up over and float it out there. Sometimes you got to put a little bit of something on it and put it on the guy.
We're in Western New York at Rip Stadium, home of the Buffalo Bills, where 80,000, another sellout look on. The Jets and the Bills, longtime adversaries in the AFC East. Locked in a 24-all game. The Bills down by 14 points twice. Railing now to tie it, looking to go ahead. Third down coming up. Kelly, a throw. It's no good. And the Bills will go for a field goal to try and take the lead for the first time. Don Crickey with him out of Rashad. Here in Orchard Park, Andre Reed, who's caught 2 for touchdowns, was the target.
And there's Andre Reed, a little fake outside, gets inside. Ball thrown just a little bit behind him. McMillan on excellent coverage, keeping him from being wide open over the middle. And Jim Kelly is a little bit upset with himself because he had a chance to get a touchdown there. Missed the tight end on the play before that, so they have to settle for the field goal.
Norwood, a consistent kicker, had a strange game here earlier. He hit the upright 3 times in one game. All no good. Neither's this one. So the Bills get a chance to take the lead and blow it. Some slammed helmets on the sideline as Norwood, from pretty much straight on, misses a chip shot, and the game remains tied.
On Wall Street, fortunes are won and lost and won again before 10:30. Amid the halls of ivy, the best ideas often come and go before 10:30. And on the back lots of Hollywood, love often blooms and fades before 10:30. Which is why Federal Express delivers before 10:30 at more places around the country than anyone else. Federal Express, absolutely, positively the best in the business.
The power of a resource essential to all. At GTE, we provide that power. With telephone systems and services central to the life of a community. The well-being of families. The needs of every business, great or small. GTE Telephone Services. We give you the power to flourish in any environment. At GTE, the power is on. The temperature never drops below Xerex. That's important to remember at a time like this, when it's very dark and very cold. Ah, you did remember Xerex Antifreeze. The temperature never drops below Xerex.
It's ever so tough being ranked #1 and not being rank. What assists me is the maximum protection and aromatically airy scents of Right Guard Sports Stick from Gillette. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Tuesday. Ow! No time for baseball. Matlock's got better things to catch.
You were with your partner's wife?
Like a crooked cop. Then, what if it was your child? It's hit and run, and the man responsible cops a deal.
Oh, Lord help.
A grieving father's revenge in the heat of the night, right after Matlock on NBC Tuesday.
Back in Orchard Park, Scott Norwood just missed a sure shot field goal. He was wide, and the Bills missed a chance to take the lead for the first time. In the fourth quarter, with 10 minutes to play, it remains tied. Bruce Smith, head-on strike. Stops Brad Baxter.
You just can't say enough about Bruce Smith. I just have never seen anybody dominate a football game like this guy. I mean, it's just, you have to, when you prepare to play the Buffalo Bills, your whole preparation has to go around staying away from Bruce Smith. Not only on a pass, but also on the run.
He keys the defense. Nate Odom talks about how you can see it in people's eyes in our defensive huddle in the fourth quarter. But something big is going to happen. Now O'Brien, looking deep, swings it out instead. Raymond McNeil on the run. And finally, from behind, he's taken down at the 31-yard line, but it's a first down for the Jets. Number 96, Leon Seals, ran him down, along with Ray Bentley.
And this is just a little play. They like to get Freeman the ball out in the open flat and then let him turn it on. He checks and makes sure there's no blitz. O'Brien lays the ball out in the flat. Now watch Freeman. Nice inside move there, and then turns on the speed. And here comes Leon Seals. The sack daddy. Sacks Freeman McNeil.
Got him downfield, though, for 10 yards and a first down. Now O'Brien has a problem. Loops the ball downfield. Man is open, and it's caught at the 49-yard line. Rob Moore goes up. That ball would have been intercepted if he didn't get it. John Hagee, the free safety, coming across, and the Jets hit another big play for a first down, 22 yards.
This is an excellent catch by Rob Moore. He's coming all the way across the field. On this pattern, he can either get the ball now, he can keep coming, set it down, but watch him go up in the air. Just a great, he snatches that ball out of the air.
That's 1-2.
That's right. He's got the one right there. I mean, there's not many guys that want to leave their feet too often. Rob Moore did not hesitate to go up and make the grab.
Now they go to the run, and Baxter on first down hits ahead for a gain of a couple of yards. Tough yards. Ray Bentley got him. Kick off your night on NBC and play McMillions. You could win at least $1 million when you watch the super bloopers and new practical jokes. Then multi-award winning actress Angela Lansbury stars in an NBC world premiere movie, The Love She Sought. and Burt Reynolds, rap artist MC Hammer, comedian Sandra Bernhardt, and designer Polona Picasso go one-on-one. It's First Person with Maria Shriver tonight, only on NBC.
Hayes Bennett coming off that field. Looks like he's got some sort of a problem with his right shoulder.
Eddie Abramowski checking him out.
A lot of times when you see the referee and see the trainer having you squeeze his arm, it's usually a stinger, they like to call it. It's called just a nerve action up in his shoulder.
Second down. Freeman McNeil rockets into the Bills defense and comes inside the 40-yard line. Game clock running as we're down to 7:23 to play.
I mentioned earlier that Freeman McNeil, the more he plays, the better he gets. And watch him just read these blocks here. Makes a little move to the left and then cuts it back to the right. The more he plays, the more effective he is. He's that type of runner that likes to run behind his blocking and always makes the right move. Here he is, 11 rushes, 46 yards.
Third and short for the Jets in this tie game. Baxter, first down and more as he's inside the 35-yard line. Down to the 33.
Bruce Cousins said that Baxter's a guy that reminds him of Ickey Woods. He's a load, 235 pounds, a lot of quickness. Calls himself Mr. Smooth, and Hector says the reason he calls himself Mr. Smooth is because he hangs out with me. They're roommates on the road, and you see Baxter making a fine cut. And anytime you see guys recoiling off the tackle, you know that guy's really bringing a lot of power with him when he runs. Mr. Smooth.
Also, as you know, I'm out a knockout blocker. He flattens people. He knocked the linebacker from New England out cold. Chris Singleton picking up a blitz. O'Brien, terrific play fake and swings it out to an open man. His tight end Boyer, and he's inside the Bills' 25-yard line. So the Jets, with a diverse offense, move the ball all different ways down the field. They're now in field goal range to take the lead.
Now you see Boyer right to the left side of your screen. He fakes a block into the line, then tries to just get lost. He's just out here in the flat. It was a great... The thing that made this play was the play fake by Ken O'Brien. Nobody knew where the ball was. And these Jets, they have not quit, and they are driving down in position to take the lead in this game.
Sure are. Bills coach Miles Levy says we have a team with a big heart, and the Bills are up against one with the same thing as Freeman McNeil weaves and drives down inside the 15-yard line. First down as we go to NFL Live. Bob?
Well, Don, the Denver Broncos led at Indy 17-3, trying to snap their three-game losing streak, but the Colts have come back, and now it's tied at 17. There's a wide-open Jesse Hester latching onto the 5-yarder from Jack Trudeau, who has thrown 2 TD passes to bring the Colts back. It's even now at 17. Don?
Thank you, Bob. Tied up in Naptown, and it's tied up in the Buff. 24 all. The Jets in Buffalo. 4:50 to play. And O'Brien wants a timeout. So Coach Coslett will have a chance to counsel him.
Grand Prix, Coop. Say your status.
Climbing through 10,000 feet, heading 194. Switching to frequency modulation. Anti-lock brakes operational. Head up, locked on. Fuel injected V6, powered up.
Yeah, Roger, Grand Prix. You're looking good.
You know, Dad always said, Norman, you have to give 100% every day.
If you want 100% whole grain, only one of these leading cereals has it. Only Wheaties is made with 100% whole grain.
Dad also said, Norman, if you want to be a champion,
better get your whole grain.
Better eat your Wheaties. But you better never call me Norman.
Has anybody thought about dynamite?
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We build excitement. By Levi's 505, 506, and 540 jeans. And by Allstate. For home, auto, life, and business insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Spins off and gets inside the 15-yard line. As the heat is on the Bills' defense, Darryl Talley makes the stop. The game is tied 24-all. If you're a basketball fan, then be sure to tune in for the weekly entertainment show of the NBA Inside Stuff, premiering next Saturday on NBC. Can host Ahmad Rashad make it as a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. And we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Michael Jordan's video with musical group Full Force. Next Saturday at 12:30 p.m. on NBC. I know you're looking forward to that, Ahmad.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a great show. Also, my co-host Julie Moran is not only a gorgeous lady, but a very knowledgeable basketball fan, and we have a lot of stuff in store for you, including my 48 hours with the 76ers. Charles Barkley and the boys took good care of me. I, in turn, nailed a 25-footer.
You slap old Chaz around out there in the court?
No, I let him alone, but I did score. That's exactly what the Jets are trying to do now.
Jets in a tie game. Have third down and 8 coming up. O'Brien fighting the crowd noise, goes to the run. And they get it shut down at about the 7-yard line. That brings up 4th down, and now, sure shot. Although we don't want to say it too early, the jinx Pat Leahy comes out to try the field goal that would put Bruce Coslett's team ahead.
I was talking to Scott Norwood before the game, and this is the end that he never wanted to try to. He said this is the toughest end to kick a field goal because the wind really swirls and pushes everything to the right. He said it's very hard. You got to aim towards the left goalpost and hope that the wind will blow it in.
Coslet wants to keep the clock. Keep it on, tick it on down. Leahy drills it. Pat Leahy busted through, and the Jets take the lead again, 27-24, with 2:46 to play. So we're going to come right down to the final gun on this one, and maybe more. Doubleheader day on NBC Sports. The Steelers and the 49ers next on most of these stations. Right now, Don Smith runs back the kickoff for the Bills and gets out across the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who got off to a horrendous start but have really been coming on with 9 touchdowns in their last 2 games, head to San Francisco to take on the world champions. Bruce DeHaven, the special teams coach of the Bills, said after they played San Francisco last year, the Bills coaches came away quite convinced that the only way you're going to beat the 49ers is to make big plays on special teams, because base offense and defense, these guys are as good as it gets.
The trick is to be able to come out and play that well every single week, which San Francisco has been able to do. But I've seen Pittsburgh the last couple of weeks, and Button Brister is one hot quarterback.
Steelers, as mentioned, have the #1 defense in the American Conference. Here's Kelly, loop ball. He has a man open, but he can't get the connection to Keith McKellar. That has not been working all day. Usually it's a very potent part of the Buffalo offense. As we check the Xerox 10-minute ticker. Denver holding to a field goal lead now over the Colts. Washington seems to have things well in hand at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Houston with a 13-point lead over the Saints in the 4th quarter. And Tampa Bay, after that game was tied, now leads Dallas by 3. The underdog Jets, as you see, lead the Bills 27-24. Could be the final drive for the Bills as the ball is thrown downfield, and Andre Reed on a 2nd and 10 play gets out of bounds, maybe inches short of the first down. He does stop the clock with 2:27 to play.
This play is almost unstoppable. Anytime you have 2 guys out on one side, you got James Lofton way outside and Andre Reed in the slot, and you have man-to-man defense. All you do is run down there and turn right, and Kelly delivers this ball right on stride. See, there's nobody on the outside of you underneath. It's very hard to cover if you're a defensive back trying to cover a guy in the slot.
Now power set on 3rd and inches. Over the top goes Don Smith. First down, Buffalo. As the game clock ticks down inside of 2:20 to play. Kelly has thrown for 3 touchdowns in this game, getting 13 of 24. Now Kenneth Davis comes in. Bills take it down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go, and the favored Buffalo Bills down by 3. Looking to get in position for a field goal. We might have OT today, Ahmad.
Easy, but you know, we saw just earlier that a field goal is not a gimme. I think the Buffalo Bills would like to score and put this game on ice. I don't think you can count on a field goal.
They got a long way to go. They're at their own 43, first down and 10. And Jim Kelly will be pulling the trigger, so here come the Bills out of the huddle now.
The Jets have put pressure on the Bills and played with them all day, and now it's coming down to the last 2 minutes of this game.
2 minutes to go. Jets 27, Bills 24. Kelly stands in, makes the connection to Metzlars, not for very much. It's out to the 47-yard line, and it uses up time.
The one positive for these New York Jets is they have played their way to a position where they got a chance to win this football game.
It's a doubleheader day on NBC Sports. The Steelers and the 49ers are coming up on most of these stations. Here's Kelly standing in on 2nd down, a throw and a catch to Metzlars. And the Jets do well and cut him down inbound. They can't stop the clock. Down to the 40-yard line. A 13-yard gain on the play. Now the Bills call a timeout. Bills have 1 timeout left. Now they have 2 timeouts left.
Jim Kelly, a quarterback who's very cool under pressure, seems to get better the more pressure you put on him.
Won't be having that victory party at Graceland tonight, Ahmad, unless they get it done here.
That's right. This will certainly have a major effect on the attitude of everybody at that party.
Coach Levy went to the state park and looked at the leaves. He said he never sees daylight during the football season in the autumn. It comes in when it's dark, leaves when it's dark. The only time he sees it is on the practice field. They had last weekend off, but it hasn't helped the Bills as it has not helped a lot of teams off the bye week. They came out flat, fell behind 14-0. Now they're fighting to tie the game or go ahead. The underdog Jets with a 3-point lead. Kelly on 1st down. Throw and a catch to Andre Reed. He's to the 29-yard line. 1st down, Buffalo. And the clock continues to run. An 11-yard gain. Kelly, coolly, and aided by his crowd who keeps the noise down, sets again. From the shotgun, the Jets come with a 4-man rush. Too high. Almost intercepted by Joe Mott. That would have finished the Bills and won it for the Jets, had Joe Mott been able to pick it off.
Ball thrown a little bit behind Andre Reed. Kelly just pointing his ball in there at Reed. Reed trying to pull it down one-handed and knocks it up in the air, and Joe Mott almost with the grab. Of course, if he could catch that good, he wouldn't be playing defense.
2 big reception producers today for the Bills tonight.
Andre Reed, 7 catches for 100 yards, and James Lofton, 3 for 99. Of course, he had that big touchdown in the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and 10. Long ball in the end zone. James Lofton, too much on it. And the clock is stopped with 57 seconds to play, and 3rd down comes up for the Bills. This is a long field goal try into a swirling wind if the Bills don't convert on this 3rd down attempt. And there's Norwood, who missed one from in close at this end not long ago.
At this point, they've got to try to get a reception or get a play to get them down close in there to try to go for the field goal just to tie this game up. I don't think you'll see them throwing for the end zone. At this point, you want to try to get in position to give your kicker a chance to put you back in the football game.
We're looking at the 46 yards from where the ball is spotted now. Kelly against the blitz, stands in, delivers the ball. It's caught up by Andre Reed for a Buffalo first down at the 13-yard line. Yards with 48 seconds to play. First down, Buffalo.
This game has been full of a lot of big plays, but to this point, this 16-yard reception by Andre Reed is the play of the game, the biggest play whatsoever.
Kelly on offensive day works long and hard on slant patterns to the post on this yardage situation. Kelly dumps it off to Mueller. And he's going to be stood up and thrown back for a loss of a yard on the play. And the game clock ticks down to 38. Now to 35. The Bills align. Second down and 10. They trail the Jets 27-24. 25 seconds to play in the game. Kelly looks. He's rushed. He gets time. He's in trouble. He throws. Touchdown, Buffalo! Jamie Mueller. He doesn't score many, but he made it a big one. Jamie Mueller, the go-ahead score. Now the point after attempt by Norwood. Very important. He missed it. It's a three-point game. With 19 seconds left, the Jets conceivably could get in position for a game-time field goal. The extra point is no good. That was the initial signal. It's no good. So Norwood, who is really having a bad year, blows first a field goal that would have given him the lead, then an extra point. Now he'll kick off, and the Jets will have 19 seconds to work with. Perhaps enough time for two pass plays and a long field goal attempt by Pat Leahy, who's been perfect today.
Norwood having a bad year and an even worse 10 minutes here in this last part of this football game. And you know, when you're a team like Buffalo and you come back from behind a couple of times with big wins, it gives your team confidence. And I think we could see Buffalo as they came down the field, they didn't panic. It was like they knew they were going to make something happen, and they did. That is the mark of a great football team. And somebody, a different player doing something great every time. Andre Reed makes a great reception, which enables him to get the touchdown.
The Jets have 2 timeouts remaining, but only 19 seconds to work with. They trail by 3. 80,000 looking on as Norwood, who's been a very consistent player kicking the ball for the Bills over the years, has not been able to get it done this day. A missed field goal from in close, and now a missed extra point gives the Jets a chance, albeit a long shot one, to tie the game. A high spinning kickoff downfield. Mathis, the rookie, bringing it back. Caught at the 19-yard line. 12 seconds left in the game. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Kerry O'Neill. The coordinating producer of NBC's football is John Faratzis. Today's game has been produced by Glenn Adamo. Directed by Richard Klein. Associate Director Doug Grabert. Production Associate Jenny Huber. Technical Direct Manager Bill Parinello. Production Managers Dave Goldenberg and Tim DeKime, and Technical Director Lenny Stucker. Now the Jets with just 12 seconds left. 80,000 up and cheering. Smith puts the heat on, and down goes Ken O'Brien.
And it appeared that Bruce Smith was drawn offsides.
Well, we like to thank. Yep.
False start.
The Jets.
Number 61 offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Please reset the game clock to 12 wins. Thank you.
Once again, we've been talking all game long how when you got a player like Bruce Smith in front of you, sometimes he causes these kind of flinches. And that one was picked up, Criswell, just a little bit too soon.
Thanks to spotters Michael Gluck and Steve Solomon, to statisticians Larry Pollock and Kerry Haller. As we have 12 seconds left, they put some time back on. The Jets are working into a gusting wind. You can see the paper like a tide blowing against it in the background. First and 15. Ken O'Brien's got to throw it as far as he can. But he'll not throw it at all. Second sack allowed for Bruce Smith. A heartbreaking loss for Bruce Coslett. And the Jets. And O'Brien on the final play dumps it down the field. Mathis is alive. On the run is Terrence Mathis, but he runs out of bounds too little, too late. The clock runs out on the Jets. Their gallant effort falls short here at Buffalo. As for a fourth consecutive week, the Bills rally to win. But wait, there's a penalty marker down.
Does not count. The ball game is over.
Well, it's against the offense. Game can't end on a defensive penalty. The clock ran out while Terrence Mathis was running. So our final score today, the Bills 30, the Jets 27, as the Bills come from behind for a fourth consecutive week. Coming up next on NBC, it's a great football doubleheader. Most of you will see the Steelers go against the undefeated 49ers at San Francisco. Some will see the Raiders take on the Chargers at San Diego. For Ahmad Rashad, this is Don Crickey. This has been NBC's coverage of the National Football League. Glad you could be with us at Rich Stadium in Western New York.
A promotional fee